Today's guest is really just a patented individual. This man is a patented style of creative, and I think if God could have patented him, he would. And so I'm just so happy to hear. I'm so happy to have him here today. He's already making me laugh, and he's not even here yet. But he has so many great characters. You have to check out his YouTube channel. We will put it below as the first link for you to please go and check out. You know him from his Fresh Prince of DC on YouTube, his Craig's News Live. You know him from his impersonations of the Jenners and the Daddy Mama and whoever, I can't remember, Caleb Jenner, and all of those people. And what I'm telling you, the Kardashians. What I'm telling you today is we have Mr. Kyle Dunnigan.
For me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind, shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you. I've been moving.
Yeah, we probably have similar kind of maybe genetic hair patterns.
Yeah, well, you're from, I think we're from the same type of community.
From Louisiana?
No, I mean old country community, like
Oh, yeah.
English area, Italian. Is this you?
I'm Polish Nicaraguan, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Different.
Somebody fucked on a boat probably to get me, you know?
Yeah.
That's not really a land animal, but...
It's a strong mix, though.
Yeah. I don't know if it's good.
Hey, Kyle, can I have you pull the mic a little bit closer?
Yes.
We kind of do a soft start. We're rolling. So.
Yeah. And
I like to soft open.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were late.
I'm a never late, by the way.
Are you really?
Yes. Like, I am upset I'm late, and when I was younger, my mother was like, "The bus is coming," screaming every morning. We never were late, but I have it in me, even from going.
Was
to
it
a
really
place-
coming?
Yeah, eventually, but we never were late.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we'd have 40 minutes, and she'd scream this that the bus was coming.
yeah.
Because when the bus when it left, she would have to drive us to school,
Right.
but she never did. Because she was a panicked person.
And you were out there. Now, did your mother have was she like one of those extreme panicky people?
Yeah, her anxiety is through the roof, and it's really affected me, to be honest with you. If we're going to get honest on this podcast, I'm affected.
I will. Did your mother breastfeed you?
No. Everything wrong. Also, I was a cesarean, which makes you a sociopath.
Greek? Oh, sociopath, yeah.
I
You
think.
came out the belly.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Which you don't
My
get
friend was breech birth out the belly. I'm like, how do you even do that?
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, he did it.
No, but I don't think you get breech birth out. You're a breech birth, and then you get out the belly.
His
but
kid
it didn't-
Alan did it, yeah. They said it. I mean, everybody knew it. His mom, everybody kept saying it. And nobody ever said it about anybody else, so I would imagine you did it. And he seems like the guy that did it, dude.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get oxygen for a long time, and I came up purple, and they put me in a incubator. And the doctors prepared my parents that this one may not, be mentally well. And I have a theory. I think I was born. I think I was like a genius, and then I got a little retarded, and now I seem like average intelligence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like Gene Tarded.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I could see that in you, man, because you definitely really... I could see you, some doctor walking over to your parents with like a empty shoebox, being like, "Hey, you might want to put some hay in this thing," you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna like that.
Yeah.
And I did show bad signs when I was younger. Like I would just fly a kite for hours and just with my tongue out, and I was very focused on things. I think I probably was Asperger or something.
Yeah.
No one tested you back then. They just were like, he likes to stare at kites, or he likes to play with string, or whatever.
Right, or
But
he's a
now they
bird
would
watcher.
Say, yeah. And I would just like plink on the piano just for hours, like just listening to the.
Old D flat, the neighbors called you.
Yeah, Yeah.
That's it, dude. Yeah.
And then
That's wild. So your mom was yelling for the bus, and what were you got? Who was in the house?
She still fills me with a lot of anxiety. Yeah. Everything is like she's defusing a bomb. Like you have to put the thing in the like that. Everything.
Oh.
So I have a very solid trigger to being late, which I'm sorry I'm late. I don't like being late, and I was very anxious the whole ride over. And I sped past a cop. That's where I was at mentally.
They don't care anymore unless you are literally driving by shooting people.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're not stopping anyone.
I know cops. My brother's a cop.
Is it really?
And I mean, the way this whole thing's set up, how you gonna risk your life and your career by, he was telling me a story. Some guy was like, it was his. I shouldn't even say. Never mind. It wasn't him. It was they like someone's doing something very illegal, and they just let him go. They're just like, I can't even.
Right.
The black and white thing is so intense. It's like I gotta just not be involved in this.
Oh, if you're doing black crime, you are free to go. Now. You can run into any. You can do any. It's like that's what it feels like. Because if somebody records it, then suddenly you're the bad guy.
Oh yeah. And they get like a certain amount of the recording, and then you're just fired immediately. But also, these guys, cops, just to defend cops for 5 minutes.
Oh, totally.
They imagine a job where you go where people are being assholes all day. Like they're being assholes over here, and you go there, and they yell at you and they spit on you.
Yeah.
And like, okay, that's finished. Now there's these other people being assholes. Go over there.
Yeah.
And then 20 years of that. Here's what they need. Not they need 20 minutes of therapy. Mandatory, and we got a camera move.
We used to be a peeping Tom. Also, we don't talk about Nick that much.
Yeah, he has like a silent.
He was a premature
move.
baby.
Is that right? Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty. But anyway,
there should be a group. There's got to be a Facebook group, huh? Adult preemies.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just wondering about the effects of it and what they were on me. And
they gotta be heavy, dude. It's like you ever take a cake out of the oven like a few minutes early. And then the oven breaks and you can't do any more baking of it.
Yeah, all the time.
And you guys have to eat that kind of like crater cake,
Although, that's that example. I mean, fake cake batter is like a flavor at some ice cream parlors. It's delicious even uncooked.
Yeah, but it's just like humans. Some people chocolate, some people vanilla, some people got the sprinkles in them, gay men or whatever, the funfetti guy.
Rum raisin.
Yeah.
Paul Newman loved rum raisin. I worked at this Haagen-Dazs store in Westport, Connecticut. He'd come in every now and then. Only guy who would get the rum raisin.
Wow.
Paul Newman, kids don't even know who Paul Newman is anymore.
They think he's they think he's a condom or, spaghetti sauce maven.
Yeah.
I don't know if maven is a word, but...
Well, anyway, my childhood was traumatic. My mother would film my room with clowns. That's another thing she did to me.
Well, I want to know more about a little bit of this birthing and the breastfeeding specifically before we move on. Mm-hmm. Because my mother had small breasts, dude. And I almost remember trying to get milk out of it, and there's nothing in it.
There's no way you remember that.
Because sometimes I swear to God, Kyle, sometimes I will kind of lay down and go like this, and it makes me... I almost feel like it's dinner time, like it's like I almost remember being, and I know it sounds crazy. It's not like a real memory, like some girl at a bar was like, I remember being 8 months old. Like it's not like that. It's like a genetic it's like a ghost in my body that comes to the surface of my skin when I do this, like a ghost that has an idea that happened a long time ago.
How old are you when you stopped? Maybe that's a fair question.
When I stopped breastfeeding?
Yeah, maybe you were 11.
No. I was younger than that. I don't remember. But I don't ever remember seeing my mother's breasts past 4 or 5. And I remember...
Do you remember seeing them?
Yeah.
You can, in your mind, imagine what your mother's nipples look like and know what they are.
I wouldn't say know what they are. I remembered them, I think, as a feeding domicile kind of. But do you remember what your mother's nipples look like?
I don't ever.
Really?
I never saw them. I never saw my mother's nipples.
You never saw them?
No.
Even as you got a little older?
Especially.
Oh, Kyle.
Your mother would be nude around the house? I saw my friend's mom's boobs a lot. My friend's mom would just walk in buck naked, and I was 13 when you're really interested,
Dude, my friend Scott's mom walking down the hall in front of me one time, dropped something, or the Lord took it out of her hand and set it on the ground.
For you, yeah.
Bro, she bent over to pick it up and had no underpants on.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm coming over here again.
And that's when they didn't clean things up down there.
It was definitely, it was just like.
Do you prefer that now? Because the first time you get sexualized, you usually are into that. Like certain people who, you know, are into feet, like they saw feet when they first got sexually awakened, or they, you know, had someone, we know somebody who, like, one of their first experiences was a girl told him to masturbate in front of her.
A girl told him.
Yeah, to masturbate, and that was like his
In front
first
of her.
first sexual experience. Locks in your brain.
I know,
and then
it
for the
is
rest
Louis
of your
CK.
life, you're chasing that dragon.
That's
so,
Louis CK.
So did you have that with? Do you now like it? That not groomed.
Oh, no, I will say this. The first time I ever masturbated was on a shelving unit. Because I climbed up this shelving unit. My brother had some magazines up there. I crack them open. They had a can of mint julep liquor.
Yeah.
And I cracked that thing open too. And so I'm sitting on this shelving unit, dude, on the top.
Wait, I'm sorry. Like that, like a shelf like that. That's a shelving unit.
It was metal though. It was like one of the metal ones with those cross straps in the back going up, the X's kind of.
It was metal, and you were up on it.
Oh yeah,
And you
I
were
was
like
on the top.
13 or 12.
Yeah, I was probably about 11 or 12, and I got that nudie mag. I think it was called like Bust or Eau d'Oeuvre or something, like a French one.
Swank.
And I got something like that, Swank Rub or something. You know, just something like.
I don't think Rub is one.
I'm sure it's one.
I don't think.
If not, we're
I don't think
coming
Rub
out
is.
with it, dude. It'll be premature babies. Yes, that was kind of it.
Wait, that would make so much noise and not be at all stable for you to pleasure
well, that's
yourself.
part.
on.
I think that's what goes into it for me, honestly.
Why didn't you just take the magazine down and go somewhere else? I mean, that's a
That wasn't
fair question.
because it was in my brother's closet, so it was already like the most remote place I could be from my
Okay.
parents or anybody.
Could you come down from it? Why'd you have to be at the top of it, masturbating?
That's where I got it, and I think I was just so I was there.
Does
And
that image do a little something when you see it? Does
Well,
it do
that's what I was gonna
something?
say. When I'm gonna buy if I'm buy like a old I don't want to say a poor shelving unit, but like the poor kids had them. It was the style that poor
okay.
people had. I can't.
So when you're in like a Marshall's, you might come across that and things.
And I really
stir.
do. It like makes me want to climb back up there. Like almost my arms will start going like that. But I remember ejaculating up there for the first time.
Yeah. You never forget that.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, where was
It is a moment where you don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
It's
like,
a
what's going on?
disturbing.
You think you're gonna die. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you're about to win something.
Yeah.
And it's coming from like, I mean, it's your like genetic, like, it's like the dinosaur in you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that dirty reptile that's like,
just
here's something.
Billion-year-old. I mean, you see, it's in all of us, all animals, and also with the breastfeeding. I saw this monkey. They reunited with its mom, you know, after whatever, and it just knew to find her nipple, and it's just all genetically coded in us. That's why I think we're very much more machines than we think. The free will, and that's who we are. A lot of it, we're on some sort of code. Don't you feel like we're sort of your behaviors, a lot of it, like that exactly, is coded in. And I think there's a lot more stuff we don't think about.
So do you think we have a lot of free will?
No, I don't. Actually, Sam Harris has a book about it, and he totally
Right. He
convinced
does
me.
not believe there is.
Hey, and it freaks you out. Here's why also I think you need to put a lot of weight into what he's saying is because you don't want to believe it. It's like heaven. A lot of people believe in heaven
Yeah.
because you want to believe it. When there's so much evidence there isn't heaven.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well, what about this? Okay,
There
the
was
idea
a highway to it.
there. Oh, nice. That was a great movie.
Dude, it was, yeah, that show was great. But
But listen, if you got, let's say you get amnesia, for example. Okay.
All
And
right.
you get a little blood gets taken away from your brain for a bit.
I believe it.
And now you can't remember your family or who you are.
All
Are
right.
you telling me you take all the blood out of your brain and you're dead? You suddenly remember everybody? What is that? And they go, oh, that's the soul. Where's your soul? You don't have a soul when you're alive?
Wait, so what happens? I don't have any blood?
Yeah, you have like, if you're dead, you have no blood.
Okay.
I mean, nothing's running through your brain.
Right.
When you had amnesia, you didn't remember anything. How do you now remember everybody and yourself? How is that possible?
Once you're dead, you mean? Like
Yeah.
when you go to heaven, you remember your family and
Yeah,
stuff?
and you're like, yeah, I'm
You
in
don't.
heaven. Exactly. But most people believe in heaven because they want to believe it, which is getting back to free will. Most people, including myself, and I had to put the book down because it's disturbing. Because he puts a very good case together about how we don't have free will.
And it's a white guy?
It is a white guy, unfortunately. It's a white guy.
No, I still believe. I believe honestly, mostly white guys. If I'm real honest with myself, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I believe other people as well, but I when I think about people that I believe like about a lot of stuff, a lot of them are white.
I believe like a casual guy. I just go by tells, you know, touching the face. If someone touches their face when they talk to you,
Yeah.
especially on like a moment that's important, if you ask them a pointed question and they go, no, I didn't do that. They lie. That's a lie.
Ooh.
Biggest tell is the touch face.
Is it really?
Part of it's actually biological. Like you actually get blood taken away from your face when you lie. You feel guilt or whatever.
No
And so it
way.
becomes a little itchy and you kind of want to like touch it.
No.
But it's also just like you're trying to cover your mouth a little bit. And
Right, trying to hide the truth.
because you believe you're an honest person, so you're just like, it's like a cognitive dissonance. You're just you have like a little brain flash. Also, there's microaggressions.
Yeah.
Someone will make a quick expression if you catch it.
And that's all in Sam Harris' book.
No, this is other stuff.
Oh, but so going back to free will, yeah. Sometimes I wonder if, and now we're so getting programmed by stuff. It's like that our free will, whatever little we have, it's almost like there's so many dog whistles out there now.
Yeah.
you know, like just with the internet and just the advertising.
Yeah,
it's like
right.
it's so hard to
Programmed.
battle it.
Yeah, you're getting programmed, and you also your thoughts come from your subconscious, you know, and then you think you thought your thought, but you didn't. It just kind of popped into your head. You notice it.
But see now, then here's, and you're actually a great case for this because you're like a very interesting guy, man. And so you're one of the few people in the world that I see where I'm like, oh, this guy has unique thoughts and ideas. So it's interesting that you would kind of go with that because I feel like that doesn't really define you, really. Do you think it does?
No, I think I'm just a product of my mother screaming at me, as we've covered.
Yeah.
Things in my childhood where, there's some underwear pulled up higher than it needed to be in the back
On men or women?
on myself
Oh, really? By others or by
by
yourself?
others. Some little bullying. And then there was like...
Were you bullyable?
I was very tiny.
Ooh.
I was miniature for so long. And I really liked girls. You get that age where you want to be... Being tall is so important when you're in like 7th grade, 8th
Dude,
grade.
there's
It's
nothing
the-
crazier than some little guy that wants to fuck everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
But I
about?
was-
Like, oh, here he comes. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at
That
him.
was me.
He's holding his dick up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He's just
yeah,
so
swinging
tiny.
a big dick, but he's
just
tiny.
pointing his dick at the
yeah.
air.
And
hoping
it looks
hits
bigger because
somebody.
he's so tiny. It looks-
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then I was voted class clown. I cried.
Oh, you cried?
And they found out about it. I
Who did?
I cried. I mean, I didn't cry like whale cry, but like I was in the hallway and I found him and I just started tearing. And they changed it to best personality because they felt bad for me. The idea of being a clown to me, first of all, I wasn't trying to be a clown. I was trying to be cool.
Pull up a clown neck, please.
We see a
But
clown
go
on,
on, yeah.
on a shelf.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. But
Oh,
you
no,
were
no.
trying to be cool. Now, what methods were you using to be cool?
Like hair combing, gels. Yeah, okay, and then I get into this psychology. So I get voted class clown. My mother knows what was said about it, and she starts filling my room with clowns. And I'm
Why?
Why? I don't know. But I was so beaten down with like my voice didn't matter when I was younger that I never said I don't like this. I just sat in my room with clowns just for years. And my phone would ring and it would just be this like laughing clown.
What?
So we'd go like, ha ha ha, that's hysterical.
No way.
And that was my phone. And I'd be like, hello.
Oh my god.
I didn't like.
Oh my god. You were like
Years later, I went to therapy. I'm like, why'd you do that?
You were like that was almost Willy, like a very cheap Willy Wonka kind of going. I just can't believe you had the clown phone.
And
That
it was
would break
big.
my heart.
It was like a clown that was sitting. It was like this kind of. It was sitting on the thing, and its eyes would light up. Oh, the creepiest thing you can imagine. And it would laugh. And I would just pick it up and talk to my one friend.
Ugh.
Look, I'm making this sound bad. I had great parents,
No, I
and I had
think
a great childhood, but there were certain moments where, that are
But
key.
what do you think it did to you? Is that the phone?
Yes, that's it. That's so funny. Can you play a video of it laughing and Bozo the clown phone?
Yeah, please do it. I want to see him get erect.
Oh my God. You know how you were getting hard by that countertop? This
It's
is
a
making
shelving
me.
unit.
This hit me in the gut right here when I saw that clown.
Oh, yeah, I can see
It made me nauseous. Here we go.
Oh my god! And that's your.
It goes,
friend?
that's hysterical. Kind of a cool phone. Like, look,
Remember Bozo the Clown? That show.
like vaguely.
One of my friends was on it, I think, or somebody told me they were, and I just always thought they were.
I knew a clown. You ever meet a real clown
Let me
and
think
get
about
to know him as a person?
Oh no!
Yeah, I knew a clown. He was in a show.
Did you do a lot of stage shows?
I started off as
vaudeville
like an
kinda?
actor thing. I didn't honestly. This is another thing. Like my mother pushed me. I never wanted to get on stage or anything. I was pushed to audition.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
And what about your
I make her
sister?
sound horrible. She's actually very. My older brother and sister both were like not performers, and I think I was the last one. She's like, this one's gonna do this. And then I was on a movie, and we had like a nanny for a week. My parents went to like Australia, and she's like,
wow.
"Do you not want to be here?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And she's like, "Okay, let's go home." And it's the first time an adult like listened.
Oh.
I felt. I'm exaggerating, by the way.
No, look,
because
I
these
just-
like you remember moments, and like my parents did an amazing job. But there's like moments that I remember,
Yeah.
and then I.
Yeah, I just got back from this trauma center for like a week, and you talk about all like your like growing up stuff and like the things that shape you, why you behave the way you do now.
Yeah, and you
Fascinating.
because you can't. There's moments that are so impactful that write on the slate of your personality when you're younger. You can't protect a kid enough. Even if you're the best parent, he walks out and someone
Right. Somebody
says
throws
something.
a fucking little harpoon or something at him and
Yeah.
it scares him. A dog bites him.
Yeah,
And you didn't do the right thing after?
Yeah, and then there's one girl. The teacher said to her, "You're perfect," and then she became anorexic.
Oh.
She remembered that moment. I have to be perfect. That's my identity. You can't help but like run into traps.
Yeah, I don't think that's one thing I was realizing after that week at this place. I'm like, is there any way to do it right?
No, there's so many variables. You run into so many in one day. Think about how many little things happen to you, and then when you're younger, you're just so absorbing it, and you're trying to find out what's my identity, who am I, and so those
And you
are
take
really
clues.
key.
And if you
Yeah.
get a dirty clue from someone, a red herring,
Yeah. You know, experiment in the 70s when they said all the brown-eyed kids are dumber than the blue-eyed kids. Blue-eyed kids are smarter. They'd never do this experiment now. Yeah, it was a famous experiment. And then the blue-eyed kids started to do better on the test. The brown-eyed kids started to do crappy. And it just, this insidious thing seeps into your head if you don't. But as a parent, your job, you can't control it. Do your best.
best personality, they changed it? Was it a small school?
Yeah. It's like 150 kids in our class.
That's a pretty decent amount.
Well,
were
yeah, it
you-
wasn't tiny, but
Were you dating in high school? What was that
I
like?
tried, and I was like the friend they would tell, like, I fucked this guy as your friend. I'd be like,
I
that's
fucked
too bad.
Jeremy last night. And you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. I love this girl who loved my friend, who was like treating like trash, and I was that guy. Like, who's that guy? John Cryer. I was just John Cryer all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
John
Pretty in
Cryer.
Pink. Is that movie? He just
He
like
cried all
He
the
played
time?
Ducky. You don't remember that? He played Ducky in that movie.
Uh-uh.
Here he is. Here he is. Ducky. That was me. Oh, it's the worst person to be in high school.
John Cryer from television.
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
There you
yeah.
go. He's talented. Guy.
I met what is her Molly Wingwell did a podcast I used to do, and
She came on it?
yeah,
No.
and she was cool. She hates 80s music, which I found fascinating because she sort of made that kind of popular. She's in the videos.
Or she certainly gets packed into it.
I know.
You think it's weird how you kind of hate the things from your past, I feel like.
I think you don't experience them the way other people did. Is that it, you think? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Like Charles in Charge guy hates Charles in Charge, you know?
Really?
Scott Bio.
I bet Small Wonder still likes it. You ever see Small Wonder?
With that, is that the guy?
Robot Girl?
Is that with Jerry O'Connell?
You might want to check this out. No, Small Wonder was the most amazing TV show they ever made it on the air. It was a man who was a robot engineer, and it's the worst acting and writing I've ever seen. Like the wife's like, "But you're a robot engineer." Like, she tells him what his job is to tell the audience what he is. So then he made this robot that his boss didn't like, a robot that would make everyone a cajillionaire, and so he takes it home and he works on it at home, and then she becomes part of the family. And here's a scene from it.
Isn't he cute?
My name is Rodney.
She's a robot.
Nice to meet you.
The
My
daughter?
name is Vicky. Pleased to meet you.
It's like 4 seasons.
That mom is thicky thick, huh?
Yeah, she's from some 80s movies.
Yeah, she was great.
No, it's just a new dance. See, I know it too.
That kid never worked again. None of them worked again.
The kid got molested. Probably was his next credit. You know, sadly, look at this dude, and
it's
that's
sad.
Joe Biden right there about to smell that lady.
Look at him grab her all aggressive early 80s style.
Dude, is it? You know, I mean, you do so many great characters, man. Are you starting to feel like? Well, first let me ask this: do you think that do you think Biden has that perv streak in him? I don't. I sometimes wonder: am I just watching enough weird edits of shit, or is this obvious?
I think he's he's a very touchy guy, but I don't think it's a perv. I'm gonna do some sexually assault you. I think because he does it to like all different types, like kids, old men. I mean, he's like sniffing old men's hair, and he's touching everybody. He's touching women more, obviously, but like, I think he's just a touchy guy. My opinion. You got shades on. I want to
Hell,
put
you wanna
shades.
take me-
No, I got.
I'll
No,
put-
I have shades. I just want
You
to
have
be
them?
cool.
I'll take mine off if you want.
No, I want to put mine on.
Are yours pretty expensive?
Yeah.
Oh wow, those are good. Were you
Ray-Bans.
devastated? Was there a time in your career where you got devastated out here? Where you're like, I'm not gonna be anything?
Yeah, like this morning. No, I never felt like I made it. I always felt like I was. You ever see Cliffhanger? Just like white knuckling my career at all times. I mean, when I look back, I got saved at the last minute every time, every stage. I mean, I started off doing, sketch and improv. It was what I'm like more suited to than stand up. And then I'm like 25, and like I have no money, and I'm like, oh, there's no money in this. It took me like all that time to go, there's no money in doing sketch.
Yeah.
No one said don't do that.
Yeah. No one
There's no
tells
money
you
in that. Yeah, like you should get SNL by some miracle, but like other than that. So then I was like, okay, I'll do stand up. So I did that, and I got really lucky to make a living doing that. I felt like this owner of this club took me under his wing because I wasn't a very assertive person.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would wonder how you would kind of. Yeah, what was your beginning stand up? Was it kind of like Brett Weinbach, kind of? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
Or
love
Weinbach?
Brett Weinbach.
Oh, he's so funny, man.
Yeah, he's
I'm just trying to
hilarious.
wonder what because I don't.
These are too
I know-
dark.
Are they?
They're too dark. No, you put yours on. Yours are lighter. You can see. I can't see through my. Yeah, Brett Weinbach. I really
I
started.
didn't see your early. I never
had
saw your
bad.
early stand-up.
I had bad management when I was younger, and not that they were trying to do a good
No, levity. I
thing,
had 'em.
but see, I would go up and I would do like a guitar song, and then I would do a character. It was weird. And back, when I started, it was like Tim Allen or whatever. You got a deal by talking about yourself, and so they were like, "Don't do the guitar, don't do the characters." So I listened to them because I just listen to what anybody tells me.
Me too.
And then I got to a point where now, luckily, with like the internet and the Instagram and stuff, I'm finally doing what I should have been doing
The whole time.
Yeah, but I was just, adults were telling me, successful managers, and so I thought that they knew best. And yeah, I didn't have that inner thing where I listened to. I'm starting to do it now a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like you're coming in your own at like a lightning speed with Craig's News Live.
Craig's News Live is interesting because some people hate it. Like,
Yeah.
it gets a real response.
Some people watch it because they hate it, I think,
It's got like, I would say 90% of the people who follow me hate it and wish I'd stop. And there's 10% that are mad that I don't do it more. I do it like once a month now. And no one's happy, by the way, with anything I put out. Because I put out I put this like, where's Caddy Daddy or something else? Like, And I just cycle around, and with making money on the internet, you got to be consistent every week, and I can't be consistent. So now what I'm trying to do is do like a weekly show, or I do a little bit of everything, which is I don't know if I can handle that much of a workload of trying to write and shoot and edit. And I also have to edit. I'm not a fast editor.
It feels like a lot of work, but it feels like what I love is that it's so like you can tell that you're on every twist and moment of it is associated to you, so it's so specific. Yeah, man, it's awesome to know that you're like existing out there and making cool stuff.
I'm so
People are excited.
That's really nice, because I really feel like it was like Hail Mary pass, this is happening. And YouTube, Instagram, I don't make any money. I'm trying to get everyone over to YouTube now.
I don't make any money on Instagram either.
Yeah, I'm trying to shovel everyone to YouTube, and like that's where you can make some money.
They'll get there. They're getting there.
Yeah, and I finally got an advertiser yesterday, which
did?
was like, because I wasn't making any money and working like 10 hours a day trying to get like shit. Work. But yeah, eForms.
Oh, I've used eForms before.
Yeah, they came through, and they're sponsoring the Fresh Pres of DC show. They're like the advertiser on that.
Great, dude. Yeah, I saw the first episode. How was the response to that?
Really good. It's been really good, and I'm trying to dovetail it like so I can not. It's not Biden every week, and I'll start adding other characters. Like I'm gonna have Caitlin come in, other, and even like I did this time canceller sketch that people asked for. I only did one of them, but I'm gonna have my other characters come into the show and make it like a more general show, not just always about Biden, because I think that would get old.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good read, man. Yeah. What I've done the Craig, dude. I was on a date actually recently, and I may have tried to make love to this woman or not, and I kept doing the Craig's News Live voice, and she hates me now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I could not. No, it was good. I don't think it was meant to be, dude. Because
it's a good litmus test.
Oh, it was so much fun though. I couldn't stop doing it.
Which part? Which like?
And I was like, guys? Yeah, I can't even get hard.
Can't look at this penis. You're talking about your dick? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't be sexy
These
to her.
kids are being so bad in here. I'll do stuff like that. Like, for some reason, every time I make out with a girl, I'll always be like, oh, these kids are being so bad. I always say that for some reason. Like, oh, these kids are being so bad in here. Oh, Craig's News Live.
I think...
And she's like, why do you keep saying Craig's News Live? But I couldn't not say it when I started saying it. That's so funny.
Film that next time you do that for me.
We'll
put on Craig's News Live.
Oh, yeah,
be like
from
people
the bed.
Yeah. Just be like, if you do this, I'll put you on the show. It'll start other people doing it. If we can get everyone doing that when they start making out. I love that moment when you first make out with a girl. I love hearing the stories about it because it's so awkward. You're invading like their space. So, and some girls, when you're younger, when we were younger, it was like, I used to ask, and they're like, don't ask. And now it's like, you better ask.
Yeah.
So it's like all weird. Nothing's like clear. And I'll tell you this, if anyone's curious on how to like make that first move.
Yeah, I am.
Because some guys go in too early, whatever. And some guys don't know when to. You've got to go by touching like a leg first. Then if she touches you back, then you go to the next thing. You wait for her to respond. You have this little physical dance first. You don't go in for a kiss just out of nowhere, or it's the end of the night. I'm gonna just reach in, hang back, let a night go by that you didn't make a move.
Yeah.
She'll think you're cool. I knew this girl who I was fascinated with how she got girls. She was lesbian. She got girls to like her, and straight girls she would convert them. And this I think works in LA more than other places, but like
Scientology, baby.
Absolutely. This one time we're at this Charlie Sheen roast. Fun fact.
You wrote on it?
No, I was just at it.
Oh.
I was someone invited me. So I was sitting at this table with her, and this pretty like girl sits down, and I could see she clocked my friend as the like, oh, she's gonna want me. And then
hold on, the pretty girl sits down.
Yeah, and she's like clocks like a lesbian.
Oh, okay.
This is just an example of like
right.
So the lesbian girl turns her back. Fully takes her chair and goes, and puts her back to this girl. So now this girl sits up like, how'd this happen? Now she needs approval from this girl. So then the pretty girl goes, I'm going to go to the restroom. Can you watch my purse? And she goes, no. like that.
Wow.
They dated. They dated for 2 years.
Oh.
Anyway, just a little fun fact for everybody.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, put your purse in my heart. I'll hold it.
Yeah,
right
that's what
here.
I would do.
Me too, yeah.
I'd be like, okay, whatever you want.
Yeah, why don't you just pour all your lipsticks down my throat? Yeah. I'll regurgitate them and
Yeah.
eat them.
It's like you feel like you want to please, but it's also not being mean. There's
Yeah.
books on this. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, that guy wrote it. I read those books. How to nag a woman. They used to call it negging.
Yes. That book was called
David or
The
Max?
Game.
The Game.
The Game.
It's
By
called The
Sean
Game.
Mallon or whatever his name.
What happened to him?
Obviously,
He
the guy
disappeared.
raped someone. I mean, I don't want to guess. But,
Yeah.
is he married now? Yeah, let's see if he's married.
If we could see a clip of, I don't want to
No, it's fine.
waste anyone's time here, but it does kind of work.
Oh,
I think you really
Neil Strauss.
Neil Strauss.
oh, he looks really different. He
I
wear a
guess
big
that's
hat.
an astronaut's name too, Neil Strauss.
It sounds like a very good astronaut name.
Oh, you want to make out some more?
My whole thing with if I look back, the women in my life, it's been like they I'm not very aggressive. Is my point.
Really? You and Spade went on like kind of a double date one night, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
He just mentioned it. He said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh my God.
he's like, got Dunnigan out of his house. You know, we got a couple whippersnappers we're taking out.
Yeah. Sometimes they're like these. Oh, I don't want to talk shit about them, but like it's funny, like how.
No, because one girl was a girl he was kind of dating or something, and then the girl was her friend or something. Yeah, I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just, and we don't have to talk about it.
No, I'm trying to navigate. I don't. If
Okay,
this girl's
sorry.
watching, I don't want to insult her.
Oh, she.
But
would
she
watch
was
this. It's
sweet,
usually
but
sad men watch.
But she was sweet, but she just like didn't know.
A generational disconnect.
It was more than that. Like this is an example. You know, like me and Dave are pretty square. And she's like, "Oh, my friend." This was like three girls were there. This might have been a different thing than he was talking about. But like, she's like, she went into the bathroom. They went to the bathroom to do cocaine to the girls. This is like a nice restaurant. They went to do cocaine, and David goes, "Oh, they could do it on the table." And she goes, "Oh, they can. Okay." And she went to get up and go tell them they could do cocaine on the table. Like they didn't get jokes,
right.
you know,
Oh.
like in a way that blows your mind.
Yeah,
but it
maybe
was
they were
fun.
German or something.
Might have been German.
But that's interesting. Yeah. Dude, I'm still thinking about.
The clown phone.
No. Oh, you know what I had? The Sports Illustrated flip open football phone. We got that
What?
thing. Look that thing up, dude. It was horrible. It was such a piece of trash.
Getting.
But it was so huge when I was young. We saved the Kool-Aid points, and my sister got the Kool-Aid jacket, and then all the black dudes would hit on her.
I always wondered who was able to save all those Kool-Aid points.
We did.
Is that your phone?
Yep.
That football?
Yeah.
That is cool.
We thought it was cool, dude.
Well, we had very different phones.
It fell off. Yeah, we did, man. We had different
One
phones.
of the most impossible things ever.
Everything I get him, he always wants to return.
The stores are busy. The cashiers are impatient.
The stores are busy.
It's just about the only thing that wrecks the holiday season.
Catch this. It's Sports Illustrated's most
Everybody in that video
exciting
looked
football
trans.
football.
You know?
The pace of switching to SI.
It's a telephone. My goodness, it's a telephone inside of a
Man.
football. What?
Football inside of a football. It's a
woman.
If you're watching, I would love something like this for Christmas. He's looking for the past. It's a phone call.
It looks
They
like
do.
It's a phone call.
Looks like a regular phone.
The problem was it would fall off the stand. It comes on an actual real kick.
That is a
professional
cool idea.
NFL stand. It would fall off and hang open, and then it would be no one
Dial
could call
tone.
you. Yeah,
That I kind of feel.
it fumbled itself, kind of. All right, I want to let you guys know I got some tickets coming at you. I will be running my Netflix special taping over there in Nashville. And that is August 13th and 14th. Those will go on sale next Friday. Also, on sale now, Huntsville, Alabama. Just going to be practicing some of that material for it. And that's Huntsville, Alabama, August 8th, 9th, and 10th. One show each night. Those are on sale right now. Also still on sale, we've got, St. Louis is sold out. We've got Cincinnati, Charlotte, Durham, Chattanooga, Knoxville, Wilmington, Delaware, Wilkes-Barre, Minneapolis, Charleston, Richmond, Virginia, Baltimore, Portland, Burlington, Vermont, Portland, Maine, that was, Albany, New York, Buffalo, and Columbus, Ohio. Get all your tickets through theovon.com/tour. Any other site, there's going to be upcharges. It's going to be scammers and hype beasts. So get them there, theovon.com/tour. The new dates are for Theo Von Live, and the Huntsville and Nashville are for the Dark Arts finale. So looking forward to seeing you guys everywhere. Thank you for supporting me. You know, after years of dealing with fine print contracts, and that's something a lot of people don't have to deal with, but I have to deal with them, I realize I've been getting ripped off by big business and big wireless specifically. So when I first heard of Mint Mobile, I said, what's going on here? Are these people dandy or are they not? And I realized they are. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. By cutting out the retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs. And the savings go on to you, the consumer. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Unlimited talk and text and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G networks. If you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service, just $15 a month. To get your new plan for $15 a month, and they get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Theo. That's mintmobile.com/THEO. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Theo. You know, the price of gold has been all over the place. You know, you might get your little gold doubloon or something, a gold shipwreck, little Poseidon trident lurcher. But Acre Gold lets you subscribe to gold bars for as little as $30 a month. You pay each month, and once your gold stash reaches the price of their gold bars, they discreetly ship you Acre Gold to your house. And just recently, Acre has introduced a new $100 a month subscription to a 5-gram gold bar. Acre ships your gold directly and discreetly. Acre designs their gold in California and sources their gold from one of the largest mints in Switzerland. But the big takeaway here is that you don't have to come out of pocket all at once. Incremental payments for Acre Gold. Visit getacregold.com/Theo and start investing in physical gold today. Make sure you go to this URL because Acre is giving away a gold bar. Yep, like Willy Wonka. To qualify for the giveaway, tweet or post why you should be the recipient and mentions at Acre_gold. Again, that's getacregold.com/Theo. Thank you, Acre Gold, for supporting the show. Stay gold, pony boys. Dude, I'm still fascinated on that moment of being young and going in for that kiss. Dude.
I know.
I remember I was at a fire, and
This is the first time you went in for a kiss?
yeah.
Okay, let's hear this. These are fascinating to me.
I was at a fire, dude. Somebody had burned down something in our town, right?
How old?
I was probably 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I biked over to this fire, and this girl's over there. And some big dude was like, "You fucking pussies need to kiss," right? And we were too young to even hear anything like this. And I was in love with this girl, and she was like a hot girl.
Oh my
dude.
God, what a
And
windfall.
I looked. I was not a kid you would kiss if you were a girl. You know? My friend Scott. He got all the kisses, and I would just be like, oh.
Yeah.
And I fucking didn't know what to do. I didn't even know how to do it. So
He goes, "You pussies better kiss."
Yeah. And so I opened my mouth and just started moving towards her face, bro. And she let me get right onto her face, and I didn't know what to do, and it was just so uncomfortable.
You just mushed your mouth on her mouth?
Yeah.
You just pushed it.
I just
Yeah. Was it good? Did you like it?
It was scary. I was all I cared about was hoping she cared. Like,
Okay.
just hoping it was okay. Like, is this okay for her? And then, like, she never really even looked at me after that. And she played volleyball. And then her name was Emily. And a couple years later, she let me brush her hair at a campfire. So I'm like, I wonder if fire has something to do with all this.
Oh, she linked it up.
But she had beautiful hair like a horse, dude. And she let me brush it at a fire.
Nice mane.
And then she went banging some dude in the woods or something. But
Yeah,
it was like,
right.
At least I got her like prepped up.
You got her, yeah, primed.
I was like, hey, get out there, give him hell, you know?
I had my first kiss was this girl. She was like 13. I was like 7.
Oh, God, bro.
Listen, I'm with like her friends, and she was like dating, whatever. You're 13, you're dating, whatever, some guy. And like we were all the Hampton Beach in New Hampshire and sitting around, and she's like, why don't you take me on a date? And they're all laughing. Like, she just kept saying this stuff to me. And they're like, yeah, take her to McDonald's. And I was like, I don't know. Then everyone went inside, and I was standing on the step, I remember. So I became her height.
Ooh,
and she came up to me, and she's like, see you later. And then she just like made out with me. And then she was in her bikini, and she turned around. So like, I guess I was sexually assaulted, but it was great. It was like, not, sexual assault is bad, but like that was not a bad moment. That is a good memory that I have of being, that's inappropriate of her, I guess, but she's 13. That's pretty young.
Oh, that's
but still, I was like 7.
That's great.
It was great. Then the next time was remember Truth or Dare? It was a big way you got a kiss, first kiss. And they were like, French kiss, whatever. I didn't know what French kiss was, but I knew it was like something with the neck. That's what I thought. So I was like, I think you lick their neck.
Ooh, yeah.
But I was like 60% sure.
Yeah.
So they were like, Kyle, French kiss Tiffany.
Oh.
And then Tiffany gets up, and I go to my friend who said like the thing to French kiss. I go, hey, I don't feel like French kissing right now. Can I just like kiss her regular? And he was like, okay, regular. But I just dodged a bullet. I would have licked her neck.
Oh, yeah.
I would have just like licked from the bottom right up.
Like a couple llamas saying goodbye to each other. Yeah. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, man. It's so crazy how there's so much going on inside of you in those moments.
It's so intense. And the rest of your life, I'm just sort of like living off. I remember the first time I saw a boob in the moonlight. It was the first time I saw a live boob.
Oh, God.
And like I still remember it. Like you remember your mom's, I guess, was your first boob.
Yeah.
Wait, we never talked about your mom's nipples. You don't remember exactly.
I have a decent memory of them.
Are they big areolas? Are they small?
Yeah.
Can we confirm that?
I don't want
to. We call your mom and confirm that?
I love my mom. I don't want her to. I don't want to. I mean, I know. Oh, could we? It would be. It would be. She wouldn't talk.
You want to draw him?
Huh?
You want to draw him?
No.
If you draw him and then you send her, you could see it just right.
Hey, mom, is this right? Yeah. Dude, I saw my grandmother's breast. She was changing shirts one time, even though she wore only the same shirt all the time. I think she just went and changed to like a fresh one. And I walked by the room, and her door was open, and she was just sitting on her bed, and her breasts were out, and she saw me see them. And she hated me for it.
She didn't go, oh, honey, none of that. She just glared at you?
It was like something was wrong with me, yeah.
Oh, really?
God. Dude, I met a guy last night. A guy met a girl on a date last night. He goes, hey, I really like your hair, right? Nice guy. He goes, I really like your hair. She goes, it's a wig. Like it's his fault.
Yeah, like it's a good wig then.
Yeah. She's like, it's a wig.
That's
okay.
There's something going on with her.
Well, I like your fucking fake hair, then who gives a thing?
Yeah.
Be nicer.
No, she's got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing weirder than a mean grandma though. That story's upsetting. I had one grandma that was a little. She wasn't. Here's this. We were riding in the car. She was smoking on the back, and I was, as you know, very quiet child. I never spoke up for myself, and I was about to vomit. So I said to her, Nana, do you mind not smoking? I don't feel well. It was very hard for me to even say that.
Wow.
So she goes, just kept smoking, and I got off, and I remember I barfed on my flip-flops. I can still see the barf on my flip-flops.
Oh.
And she wasn't like, oh, I'm so sorry, you did tell me that, and I'm sorry. She was just like, I gotta kind of clean off your flip-flops.
Yeah.
I loved her, but she didn't.
It was a more and we're also softer people. I was a sensitive kid, so things hit me like really. I like internalized everything.
Yeah, me too.
Like I remember my grandparents. We were driving one time across America or somewhere. It had to be America.
Yeah.
And I I think somebody accused me of pooping myself, and I didn't.
A grandparent?
Yeah, or somebody said, "Hey, somebody pooped themselves in the car."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was the only one in the car that wasn't a grandparent. You know, so I kept like thinking like, you know, you can feel like if there's poop in your pants.
Yeah.
I couldn't feel that, so I was like, I didn't do it. You know, and my grandpa had done it. Right, he took me to the gas station, or whatever. Though, went in the bathroom and like washed my butt as if I'd done it.
Did he also wash his butt?
Yeah.
So he got
back in the car and
he used you to cover his shit.
Oh, and my grandma hated me for it. Dude, my grandma was nuts, man. She had like this lady that would bring over pet raccoons, and I couldn't go in there when they were in there.
Pet raccoons?
Yeah. This lady named Dell was her name, like the computers.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe your grandma was trying to protect you from like a dangerous animal.
Nah, she just wanted to be together with that she just wanted them all to herself. But it was just a different time, man. Yeah, I think generations are different too. So it's weird because I feel like our parents probably didn't like attach so many of their feelings to their parents and stuff, or their behaviors to how they were raised.
Yeah, it's different.
But now we kind of do that a little bit more.
You think back and go, why am I like this?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shoving down in the generation before us. Now it's almost too much saying how you feel about things, I think, publicly. I see so many videos and I think, you could have kept that to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff like that Demi Lovato girl keeps coming out of the closet every week as something new.
Yeah.
You know, she's gay, she's straight, she's a merry-go-round, she's a bartender one week.
There's a video of this girl online, she's explaining how she changes gender. It could be on the hour. But it's like, how am I supposed to know? So she has bracelets she wears, and she's wearing this bracelet means this. It's like it's exhausting to be your friend, I would think.
Yeah, I would bet. Miss, ma'am,
what
this, yeah. And it also, well, now it's come full circle because you have transgender, you have men competing in women's athletics.
That I am sitting back and enjoying this show because it really threw a monkey wrench. People don't know what, because it's like you're trying to support and hate this same person, and you're like, your mind explodes, and you got to feel bad. Imagine you're a woman and you worked your whole life. I'm going to the Olympics. Everyone's like, you're the best, and you're the fat, and then this 43-year-old guy comes into this. This is not going to last. There's no way this is.
Dude, there's
we're in a unique time. You can't be biologically a man and join in a female Olympic sport.
Lauren Hubbard has become the first ever transgender athlete. And is she packing root or what's her deal?
I think.
Do they say?
Why don't they just make a section for transgender people?
Yeah, maybe that's the answer. I think that's the answer.
And don't even make it the Olympics at first. Just make it like just a national. You know what I'm saying? Like, see if there's enough to even make a competition. You might only have 4 people.
There's not going to be enough of an audience. They probably know that the financials don't work out.
I'm sure Triller would sponsor it, dude. The people that did that Logan Paul fight.
Oh yeah, Triller. God, they're making money.
I don't know if they are, dude. It looked like a place that they had too many concerts in it and stuff. I don't know.
Didn't he make $20 million off that? Or am I thinking of something else? Those fights.
One of those kids did.
Wow, we got to do. What if we fought? What could we make? If I think 20. We take our audiences. We say we're gonna fight, and it's gonna be all out. Like we don't want to fight. That's what's fascinating about it.
That's a good.
Do you know what I mean? Like we're gonna get in the ring.
We don't want to fight,
and we're gonna. Till someone falls down for real and hurt.
Well, yeah, but that's called knocking somebody out.
Yeah, until someone's knocked out, we fight. There's no bell. There's no bell.
There has to be a bell.
There's no ref. It's just us.
Oh, no ref. Yeah. I like that.
What would we make?
I think 20K each.
That's not worth it. If you said $500,000, we'd have to do it, wouldn't we?
If you said $500,000, I think you would have to fight.
What would be? Let's do a comedian matchup, and maybe we could put this card together for people. And maybe we don't even fight. We're the announcers.
Boom. Now we're making money. We're still making our 20, but we're not crying.
We'll get yeah. Who could we pit together?
I think you have to put
Chris D'Elia. He's in the first. He's the main card.
Yeah, he's on the main card.
We'd have like Eliza Schlesinger on like the lower card.
I'd go Chris versus Eliza.
I
Oh
take
my God,
Eliza.
he would destroy her. I mean, she would not.
I don't know.
She's got pretty jacked arms. I don't know.
She would probably take the women's. Whitney maybe. Whitney versus Eliza would be quite a matchup.
Ooh.
Both like athletic.
Whitney's got them heat bags on her, dog. Them tits.
Wait, does that help the fight or?
I don't know. It would help me watch.
Eliza's loaded up.
I don't know.
Sarah Tiana would
Eliza
get
kind of has that anger
destroyed.
muscle. Eliza's just like toned from anger.
Yeah, yeah. Those are rage muscles.
Oh, dude, she's always mad.
Sarah Tiana would get destroyed. I mean, absolutely pummeled.
She's from Georgia, dude. She would bite the frickin'. She'd snack the vulva off of somebody if she had to, dude.
If she would grapple well. That's
Right.
a good point. She gets them on the ground.
And she's a child, so she has something to fight for.
Yeah, exactly. That gives you the double strength thing.
Yeah,
that
half
pick
these
with her.
vacant ovaries have nothing out there going.
Annie Letterman would do pretty well, I think.
Annie would do
Score.
well. Yeah, she's tough.
Greg Fitzsimmons was out a lot of street fights when he was younger.
Greg, I think I'd put him in against a woman.
That's what it is. It's like
It's Greg versus Annie Letterman.
yeah, it's like that
what it is.
is the fight that people want to see.
Did you and Annie date or no?
We didn't date.
And we don't
Like
have to talk
we
about
didn't.
that.
We didn't. No, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were hung out for a little bit, and women end up just hating me. That's the pattern. Yeah.
Do you think, have you been in a real relationship?
Yeah, I've been in a bunch. Yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what seems to be the thing? Is there like an ending piece? Like mine, I have like big commitment issues, and then I'll like have some sexual malfunction as I get into relationships.
Oh, okay.
So I just don't get as like exacerbated in my penis or anything if I'm just like with the same partner, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Woman.
Yeah.
But so I just that usually kind of my relationships will fade out there because I think I don't want to commit. So my body's saying is like we're not gonna fucking.
Yeah, there'll be little
We're not
clues
staking
along
the
the
tent.
way where you go, "Oh, I shouldn't do this long term. I shouldn't have a baby with this person." A lot of my relationships, I look back and I imagine like drawing it out in your head. You're like, "What is this like if we had a kid?" I always do that. Kinda. Yeah. And I imagine like in a room with the baby going, "Shh, mommy's not happy today. Shh, we gotta be quiet." And then I go, "Okay, this is not long."
Listen to that song, "In the Arms of an Angel."
Yeah. Mine is a drift where, and I think I have it fixed. I think my next relationship will be like a forever longer term thing. Wow. It's because I wasn't expressing my problems enough. I squelched them. We're going back to the same patterns, and then it builds up like resentment or something, and there's like a drift, and then we kind of break up. That's usually what happens in my past relationships.
Huh.
But
are you a real hammer in the bedroom, or are you more like a delicate man?
it's a hammer time.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Cannot even imagine that.
Things
But
change when the lights go out.
It's always, that's the key. That's the thing. You
Yeah.
know? Like, I know a famous musician that people say is like a love maker, and you would never expect it. Like, he lights candles and stuff, and it's like a dude, you'd be like, what?
I don't do that, but I think it's key. Like when you're younger, you listen and ask what they like, and then you start to get like a Rolodex
of ideas and stuff.
Yeah, and just you could feel out what type likes what, and then But then young guys don't ask.
I couldn't hear when I was young. I was so horny. I would be like, I would ask anything, like, "How are you doing?" And all I would hear as soon as they were talking was like, "I'm gonna fuck." Yeah. It was just like I couldn't hear any. It was just so. It was hard to like pretend you were hearing.
Yeah. Then it's like,
could you have a baby? You think I could see you holding a baby? I could see you escaping to Canada with a baby if things got bad here.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. Go to Canada.
Yeah.
I did think about having a kid.
What's
going on, you guys? The thing about having a kid is nobody sells that very well at all. I mean, you hear them, they go, "Oh, it's changed your life. It's a lot of work. It's this and that."
Yeah.
It's not like, it's great. It's never that.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Your relationship's going to change with your woman. It's not going to be, it's more of a partnership. So you got to say goodbye to the romance. That's been
so documented.
Yeah. Do you want to have kids?
I think I need to get to a place where I want to. I'm starting to
see you
feel
being a good
little
dad.
bit better.
You should be a dad. That'd be good.
I think I would. I just don't want to be. I just can't imagine something being at my house all the time when I'm not there.
That's it. Yeah. I just not there, but just the thing is, it was never go, and it needs you all the time.
Yes.
Never go.
It's like it's got too much batteries in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stop it, you go to jail. Here's a guy right here who's doing well right here, my buddy.
Who's that?
This is Gary Larson's son, who used to draw the caricatures.
No shit. He kind of looks like one of the characters.
No, it's not really. But that would be cool, though.
Theo, Kyle, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I was just wondering, how do I know if you're not a deep fake?
Oh shit.
Gang gang.
This is gonna happen 5 years from now. That'll be a real legit thing.
What is it? So
It's
I know
already,
deep fakes. So a lot of it's like, it's funny when I'm watching the characters. It's like when I'm watching your characters, I feel like I'm watching them. I know it's your creativity behind it, but I feel like I'm watching them most of the time.
Well, you know, it's funny. I don't use the deep fake technology that's really good. Mine is a shitty, janky thing because I found that the real deep fake is creepy and not funny. Like the wrong side of your brain is freaked out when it's close to the person.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you've seen the real deep fake ones that look really good. Have you seen those?
I think I've seen some of them.
I got one of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, like this.
So,
That's my friend Miles Fisher, dude.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's killing it.
You know, it reminds me, it was once in Russia, I ran into Gorbachev.
Like it's amazing, but
Movie star.
God, that's a really good deep fake.
That's not a deep fake. This is...
No, that's deep fake.
That's not Tom
That's
Cruise.
Miles.
Yeah.
He goes, well,
God, that's amazing.
But this isn't... That's just him. He looks like this.
But they changed
No, that's
it.
Tom
they put
Cruise's
his
face.
face on it.
That's
They
Tom
put Tom
Cruise's
Cruise's face on him. He already does a good impression himself.
Oh, okay.
But the deep
My
fake,
bad.
people, he's fooled like a bunch of people. He's got a TikTok account that's like...
Good for him.
It's amazing. But anyway, it's I find it's not as funny.
Yeah.
Comedy doesn't work when your brain is like, wait, something's wrong here. It's like the brain
almost
needs
wants
to
to
know
know
it's,
something
it's,
wrong.
Yeah, just
So it
be
can enjoy it.
comfortable and relax. Like
Ah.
South Park looks really goofy. And the face swap thing I have looks very goofy. It's clearly like kind of broken. But I did a Comedy Central pilot and we used this extreme deep fake and it was like creepy. It was, wow. It wasn't funny.
And they didn't pick it up, huh?
No. But I'll tell you this. It was crazy what
damn.
I made, what I did with their money. It was crazy.
It was awesome.
No, it was crazy.
It was? Did you ever put it out?
I just put like everything I do. And here's what I thought. I was like, I'm going to show them that I could lead a sketch show because I
Right.
do music and these other things. But then I wrote this script and then I thought, it was like a 3-part, like A, B, and C plot time jump script. It's always already confusing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm going to have the commercials and show like my other characters within that. But you can't jump away from these are things I learned. You can't jump away from a narrative story and go somewhere else for any more than like 10 seconds. Like
Right.
Family Guy will do a quick joke, but you got to come back to the story. I would go away for like a minute and a half. So then it feels like you just turn the channel on the person. It doesn't work. Even if it's funny, they're like, "Why I was watching that other thing." Then the time jump and the 3 plots made it really confusing. It was just so. It just looked like you were changing channels. It was crazy.
Is it so? Do you confuse yourself sometimes with kind of with trying to put it all together? Is it?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to do a weekly show where I don't lose my mind, where I'm satisfying people and I can have a regular show so I can make a living doing this. Because right now it's like, I do shows, like I started doing this like Sylvester Stallone show, which was gaining followers and stuff. But then it's like, other people are like, there's too much of this. So I stopped doing it and that drops off. And those people are like, where's that? It's just like, I got to do one thing and somehow do little clips of everything. I'm not sure.
And you were doing Craig's News Live 4 days a week?
I was doing it so much. That was just like for me, it's just trial by fire and just, I'll get better if I just keep doing this.
Yeah.
And I was kind of feeling that way about it.
You're gonna, it's all gonna, I mean, it's happening. I feel like it's growing. Your channel's growing.
Yeah, it's growing and getting advertisers. I can get off the grid with having to worry about a network and all that stuff. Because what I do, I don't think is easily advertised. It's very offensive to a lot of people.
Kind of. Or
I don't feel
it's
like,
just genuinely funny.
Or I feel like it's not offensive personally because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I just know it clicks all the buttons of an advertiser says no, we're not going to advertise on
Right,
that.
but that's all going to, I feel like slowly that's going to change. I mean, in 5 years, every other person is going to have a network, a small little network.
Yeah,
you can see it, like, even with podcasting, it's like Rogan was this thing that is like insurmountable, you know, and then there will never be another Rogan, you know, there will just be other there'll be some big podcasts like Dax Shepard and like, I mean, there'll be some big shows, but there will never be, I don't think, there'll just be a bunch of other kind of smaller tiered shows now. Yeah. And then there will be even different ones, you know, and it'll like, it's all getting different, you know?
Yeah. I think we're in the right pocket
you're in the
for
great,
like
you're
the
in the
future,
best spot,
but
man.
It's funny because YouTube is now, I guess, like they take so much money. Do you know?
First head of podcast, Netflix hires first head of podcast.
Netflix hires
Jerry Eaton.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I would watch podcasts on Netflix though.
I don't know. I feel like they're just getting into it because Amazon's taking over all of a sudden.
That's the weird thing though. It's weird that
grabbing.
like I don't know how they're gonna, but who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
I love YouTube. It's just they take like 50% of your super chats.
Yeah.
30% of your 30% of everything else. Like your members. I have members joining and like
they take that much of the super chats. That's unreal.
Patreon's only 5 to 8%, but it's harder. It's harder to get people from YouTube.
That's the thing. It's like the problem is like people don't want to get off a platform. Like getting people from Instagram over to my YouTube has been like a sludge. It's been tough, and then getting them to like Patreon is like another thing. So I was like, let me just do it all on YouTube. But yeah, they take so much. It's brutal.
It's a lot. It's crazy, man. It's and
the government takes 50.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Like California and the federal government, it's like 40-some%, and then it's pretty crazy.
It's crazy for California, and specifically for LA, it's an extra percent. So it's 14% living in California
on top of it. Yeah.
Kyle, have you thought about doing seasons? Like maybe do 10 episodes instead of trying to do that every week. Do 10 episodes.
I think that's the way to go.
Then you
and I will give you credit for that idea.
That's okay.
Here's a beautiful question from a guy right here. A good man, probably.
Kyle,
guy's leaving his family. Sometimes I like to imagine what they're doing.
Yeah, it does seem like he just left them.
Yeah.
And fan of your work. Been following you for a long time. Theo, you as well. You the man. Guess this question's for Kyle. How have you felt in terms of, recent censorship and kind of shadow banning? I don't know if I want to call it, that serious of a term, but I'm sure some of your videos and stuff like that get kind of swept under the rug sometimes based on the content and the people involved with it. So not to get too serious, but just kind of want to know your feelings on that without getting too political, and see what you think about the algorithms that's going on social media right now that kind of favor certain things and kind of hide others. So cheers, man. Keep it coming, and big fan of y'all's work. Gang, gang.
Thanks,
He's in a Honda Civic, I believe.
He could be, and it looked like it was a stick shift as well. Did you pick that up at all?
The stick shift?
Yeah.
I didn't clock that, but he also might have a dog. If I'm looking at that back seat, is it dog hair? No, it's like just a design.
Dude,
no, it's a good question,
dude.
I'll look at this stuff.
He
also shaves his neck well. Do you know what I mean? That's not easy.
He's got a clean neck.
That's a strong beard.
Oh, definitely. I would eat out of that neck. You know what I'm saying?
He moisturizes it, yeah.
If
it's
he does,
that clean.
If he does, and
neck
he has blue eyes
off
too.
Of. Thank
you for the question, brother. And
that's a good question. That's a good question, and it is
I feel
really
like
upsetting.
Some of your Biden stuff might have gotten a little bit banned up.
I don't mean to be paranoid, but when I look at like percentages and then comments, because they don't ban those, there's definitely some squelching going on because it's not tracking with other videos. You could tell by like percentage and comments kind of how many views a video gets, and the Biden stuff has just been like really squelched on Instagram in particular. But
yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much the media influence. I mean, just politics. It's just crazy how much it's gotten.
I stopped tagging. I didn't tag Biden this time because my last video I just didn't tag him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't think you need to. But it's crazy. I mean, the power that they have too, because it's like that's our only way to communicate now.
I know. But when there's money involved, and I don't think it's some dark, whatever people think, I don't think it's really a political thing. I think it's money. I think it's like advertisers want to stay away from something political, so YouTube gets that clue, and so we're not going to be making much money off of your video. So we're going to.
But if you do a Trump, if you had done a Trump one, I bet they would push it.
Oh, maybe. I don't know the answer, but I think they don't like anything political on YouTube and Instagram. I don't know the answer, but I definitely
that could be true. I don't know either.
But luckily, I mean, the thing we have is like, yeah.
But it's like anything that's not like anything that's like it definitely all the mainstream media certainly skews more leftist.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
no doubt.
CNN is the most ridiculous channel.
It's gotten so bad. I used to be a CNN watcher, man.
Yeah,
like 5 years ago,
and
now I'm like nothing. This is just anarchy. This isn't even real.
Jeffrey Toobin apologizes on CNN, just real quick.
So funny.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the channel now. This guy, he says here he didn't know the camera's on. The conversation's over, but he needs to go to therapy to be a better person.
Yeah.
Better person who knows how to work Zoom better.
Yeah.
she acts like she doesn't masturbate in this.
I want to find a shorter one.
What the hell were you thinking?
Yeah, it's like, it's just so bizarre.
It's bizarre, yeah.
That's why, and this is one of the things that's helped create such a better world for.
Hello, Allison.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, indeed.
I feel like we should address what's happened.
First of all, she has the most I don't masturbate dress on. She
Definitely. I don't even have a vagina. In fact, I look, once a month I cough a little bit of blood into a napkin.
That's it.
That is what she has. Maybe once a month her nose runs just a drip.
Seen you since some of our viewers.
Look, both of his hands up on the table.
I guess I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
And she's just
help yourself.
Okay.
Help yourself. Poor choice of word. What a pervert.
You were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time
Look at this.
you were caught masturbating on camera.
Emasculated man has to sit
you were
there.
subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there, and you have been on leave from CNN.
You have to do
Why? Why would he?
Right.
How have you not done this, guy?
Okay.
Because it's already done. It's already as hilarious as it could be.
That's a good point.
Start there.
Okay.
To quote Jay Leno, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well.
I mean, they have to drag him through the mud and say, what a bad person I am. He just didn't know the camera's on.
I think one point.
This is him saying
I wouldn't
that.
exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense.
Yes, it is.
I didn't think I was on the call.
So that's
I didn't
your
think
defense.
other people could see
And that's a
me.
really good defense.
Yeah, and it just
So you didn't think people could see you.
Correct.
It's like jerking out in front of a window. Like, oh, I didn't know someone could see me. I mean, it's a little different because it was a Zoom call, but he really should know the etiquette of with the lights on. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he's
with
at that age where you don't know. I'm shocked. I'm amazed the guy still jerks off. That was the most surprising thing.
Well,
for
that's
me,
what I was thinking. Imagine the first time he jerks off again after that, and looking at his dick like, you son of a, you got me into this, but I'm still gonna come back to like an abusive husband. You go back to. That's when you've really lost the fight.
It's like that movie, The Five Heartbeats or whatever, kind of.
What's that movie?
I don't think that's right, but it's almost like reminds me of like Bobby Brown and Tina Turner or whatever.
Yeah,
Whitney
yeah,
Houston.
exactly. He
whatever.
went back to his penis, even though it got him into that whole mess.
Yeah, he just slowly unzips his pants and sees
He's
it
like,
again.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. Oh. Or I'm gonna teach you.
Oh, you think?
Maybe
that would be I think a healthier thing to go at it.
Yeah.
With
I'm
that
gonna teach
attitude,
you, little boy.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Get a little bitty fucking dog leash around
you. Like the camera on? You turn the camera on again. You like that? All right, next question.
Spit, donkey, spit.
This guy's in a tub.
That's insane. Like, why wouldn't you just say the guy had a natural deal? He forgot the Zoom thing was on. It's like you can't laugh it off. But the weird thing is, it's like the more that we have to say things we have to call out ridiculous, because the more that we don't, the more it becomes that's the norm.
Yeah, it really, that's a great point, because there's nothing left. Like the major networks and outlets are acting like this is normal, and that he needs to bow to the holy people who are the people that don't
right
like who everyone relates to him that's
Right.
watching. It's like, oh man, that would suck.
Right. Who are the people who are like, oh, I can't imagine how this guy even do? What's going on?
Yeah, who's going like, I'm glad he apologized to me. Is there anybody at home? Thank God Tubin apologized. Now I'll listen to his thoughts.
Right. So then what are we apologizing to?
It makes no sense. It's all a big show. It's silliness. And I mean, luckily there is YouTube and stuff where we can make people could talk, and Twitter people can. But yeah,
Twitter people barely can though. Twitter,
it's getting suppressed.
Twitter's bad. I mean, you just get attacked. You say Black Twitter gets insane. It's like people that have
What's Black Twitter?
It's just like a big group. It's mostly Black people on Twitter. I guess it might also be white Twitter, but they also hashtag it a lot. Black Twitter, and it's like Black Twitter, go get them, And it's like some lady named Entendre who has literally 230,000 tweets, and it's like, what?
Oh.
How could you? And it's just like tons of people like that, and it's just amazing how we let Twitter run everything. Like, you would think if something was this bad for us, if it caused this much pain and panic in the world, like I even had this came up, I remember.
Comparing coronavirus to the what?
Oh, I said, this was right at the beginning of coronavirus. I said coughing is the new N-word.
And
right?
BET Online.
That's a good point, though.
Crushed, bro.
That must have got a lot of retweets.
Oh, it was so great.
People are happy to retweet.
Yeah, decent amount anyway. A ton of likes.
That's a good point, though. You're right. People really got upset if you coughed. They got really upset.
Because I've done both, dude, and definitely the cough was.
That is a brave tweet you did.
That was the cough.
That is a brave tweet.
You know what's funny? I got a text from my agent. I got a text from freaking like a guy who's an agent of like some of the biggest stars out there.
9,000 retweets.
Who was like, love that tweet today, bro. Like, there's so many people that are like cheering on anything that's just.
Because it's like now the punishment is so severe. You are brave to put that out. It is a legit brave thing to do, because the punishment is like.
But
intense.
You look at a guy like Morgan Wallen, is a white musician, right? He does country music. His ticket sales quadrupled when he just said the N-word, N-I-G-G-A, calling his white friend that, right? And not even like as like a, he just said it like you hear it on rap music or whatever. You know? So I think there's the way to use this whole thing, and I'm not saying go out and yell the N-word or write it on a birthday cake.
You made a comedy joke that's not.
You want this now. You want people to, can you believe he did this? You almost want the canceling because it's only going to help.
Yeah. That's why I hope YouTube is like, I just hope
But that's the thing that you can't control, is if the platforms will let you remain.
Yeah. I mean,
and it feels like Game of Thrones almost.
I worry about my YouTube channel. I'm concerned.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Go to Nick for that. Nick's a good judge. Do you think, or not look at it, Nick, but do you think you would worry about Kyle's YouTube channel?
I really don't, because like you said, like it's only it's the appearance of the money. Because you're talking about political, but the stuff you're making fun of is like has nothing to do with political beliefs on either side.
Well, there's a lot of stuff there that I mean,
it's
Caitlyn Jenner. There's Caitlyn Jenner stuff. There's a big
hilarious.
There's a big
crazy. You see her drive down the road the other day, and someone's like, "Go get him, Joe," or whatever they call her now, and she's like, "Thanks, buddy."
Yeah, baby. Thanks.
Liquid death. Man, if I had an extra 8th day of the week, if I had Saturday, Sunday, Grun Day, maybe Grun Day, or Gang Day, that'd be good. If I had an extra day, what would I do? I'd probably do arts and crafts, or teach it. Teach arts and crafts to children, macaroni necklace, and, construction paper, glue, different items, paint, make a crown for your kid or for your daddy. If you're a business owner, you probably know exactly what you do with an extra day of the week. Maybe you'd launch a new website, spend more time on marketing your services, or find new, more creative ways to build your brand. Well, with Fiverr, all the freelancers you could ever need are right at your fingertips. Fiverr connects businesses like yours with freelancers offering hundreds of digital services. That's right. If you need somebody to help you design something or organize something, you need a piece of a new software, an app, anything your business needs, Fiverr can help. Fiverr's global network of on-demand freelance talent is here. Whether you're launching your first business or scaling your current one, it's easy. Customize your search by service, deadline, price, seller reviews, and more. Check out Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and receive 10% off your first order by using my code Theo. That's right. Find all the digital services you need in one place at Fiverr.com, code Theo. Again, that's Fiverr.com, code Theo. Get your business to its best. You know, some things are better at home. And one of those things I think is eating pudding. I don't like eating pudding outdoors or out in public. I like to eat it privately. Also, sleeping. I like to sleep at home in my bed. Some things are just better at home, sweet home, and one of those things is Peloton. Peloton delivers a workout experience that you'd never imagine was possible right in your own home. With Peloton, you'll have a workout experience like no other. That's right, from keeping up with close friends to enjoying world-class workouts with people around the globe. Whatever your mood or overall fitness goals are, Peloton can help. Choose from cardio, strength, yoga, Pilates, outdoor runs, meditation, and more. Peloton offers a seamless fit into your lifestyle. When you purchase the Peloton bike, you get access to live classes and thousands on demand, plus access to the app to get you moving anytime, anywhere. With a boot camp between nap times or a ride before brunch, you can seamlessly fit Peloton into your life. That's right. With the Peloton bike, there's nothing like working out from home. Learn more at onepeloton.com. New members can try Peloton classes for free for 30 days at onepeloton.com/app. Terms apply. That's ONEPELOTON.com. Get healthy.
Yeah, that
Dude, in a year, in 2 years, you can have your own studio. You're going to be making $500,000 a year off of YouTube, and you're going to be in a great spot, man.
that is a dream, to have your own thing where you're not, because even just being an actor for all those years and just waiting for an audition, and then you go in there and then they're like, you're like, am I good enough? This is awful.
Yeah,
and you
it's
wait
some
around.
thick little biscuity freaking chick that's never done anything.
And then you're doing someone else's writing that you don't like. And you're like,
that's the worst.
Can I please have this job? Did that forever. I stopped going out on auditions and stuff because
it's
all the time it takes to memorize, and then we're driving to the thing anyway.
And then showing up unprepared. That's what I would do all the time. I'd drive over there so unprepared. One time I came back from, I remember this, I came back from Las Vegas. Somebody gave me, while I was there, a rock of cocaine. I'm not even joking.
I've never tried cocaine.
As big as this little thing's head.
Yeah.
It was a full rock. I was like, he's like, you want some coke? I was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go in the bathroom. And he hands me, literally, this thing was like, it was about 2/3 the size of a baseball. So I'm like, it was a rock. I've only seen it in dust. So I didn't know. I go in the bathroom and I'm like trying to rub it against my face. And
that can't be.
Dude. Oh, dude,
that can't be the way you do it.
I remember I couldn't even eat at the buffet the next morning. I fucking couldn't get my face open. But that day, I had to fly home to LA, right?
And just rubbing a rock on your face?
Yeah, dude. I had an audition,
the whole way home?
And I even dropped it on the bathroom floor on accident. And it didn't break, dude.
Wow.
So it was definitely, I think it was cut with Quickcrete.
Did you ever?
Hold on, I got to finish. So I get to the audition. I am so jacked out of my brain for doing cocaine for a few days. I go in there. And I tell the lady, right, this character would be a lot better if the character had this cocaine problem. She's like, oh, really? It had nothing to do with the script.
Are you high on cocaine at that moment?
I was still heavily under the influence. I remember having all like these little sores on my tongue that happened from like,
oh my God.
Just like the cocaine sometimes will get on your tongue, and then it kind of burns it.
Jeez.
And I was like, you know what would be great? It was like this new age Snow White that they were doing. I was like, is if the guy
Snow?
Yeah, it was on cocaine.
New age. So it was a Disney. That a cokehead would be good on a Disney show.
Out where they play all day in the sun.
I've never tried cocaine. This goes back to like free will, because the first time I saw people do cocaine, they were so annoying to me that I just didn't do it.
Oh, you'll eat your neighbor's ass, dude, but you won't want to talk to him.
Yeah, they were like, everyone's like waiting to talk next. But my car, Yeah.
And it's horrible. You're up to 5 a.m. and you'll fucking get it. Dude, you will swap email addresses with a dolphin when you're on cocaine, dude. Everybody comes up with big ideas and then nobody can even wake up for 3 days. It's a nightmare. I am so glad I am not on cocaine today.
Me too. I'm glad.
Praise God.
A lot of beards in the questions.
Yeah, did we answer that guy's question? Thank you.
What was his question?
The censorship one? Is that the last
Yeah, do you worry about it? I guess you do if you said
I
that.
do. I mean, I feel like my latest videos on YouTube are repressed a little bit, on Instagram too.
The
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of DC?
Yeah, it's not matching up the numbers and the other percentages. It seems like something's very suspicious about the
And the amount of giant accounts that have commented or interacted, that should like make it really pop.
Yeah, and plus friends that always, like things. Even though they don't watch my thing, they just like it. They just like whatever. Like friends of mine, they just never saw it. They just never saw it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I don't know.
Well, I know Trump, I think, has a lawsuit, right? He's trying to get against these organizations.
Yeah.
And maybe that'd be one awesome thing that comes out of Trump, man. Is if he, because it is not. It's weird when something else has control. It's control.
If the one thing that's good about YouTube is people like and make comments and like share it, that does help the YouTube. I've noticed.
Yeah.
It doesn't help the Instagram, but YouTube it does help a little bit. Big tech.
Big tech.
Okay.
3 real nice.
Terrific.
Guys.
So terrific.
Today, in conjunction with the America First Policy Institute, I'm filing as the lead class representative.
Where is he? It looks like he's at the White House.
Action lawsuit against
Probably build another White House.
the big tech giants.
That's smart. He keeps it looking like he's still
Google,
there.
Twitter,
It is true, huh?
as well
Look at
as
that
their
seal he's got.
CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai,
Sundar
and Jack
Pichai,
Dorsey.
Copacabana.
Real nice guys.
Nice guy.
Real nice guys.
Today,
Maybe Trump will be enough of a hitman to get this done, though.
Yeah, I mean he's the leader of.
I think Trump was just too much. Here's the crazy things about Trump, man. I heard I would hear so many stories about how Trump would get something built somewhere and then never pay the people that built it. You would hear just so many it's just dirty business. I feel like he was just a dirty businessman. I think he had some good intentions. I don't think he was the guy to be able to pull them off.
I think if he almost just didn't talk the whole time, he'd still be president.
That's what
if he just sat and just was like, I think people, all the movement of people they already talked about, which is really powerful, and just used CNN like every day. They just talked about that guy.
And they
don't know what to do now.
Make so much money. They don't know what to do.
Now they're just like, can we bring Tubin back to yell at him more? They don't know who the enemy is
They're so
anymore.
woke too that they can't even really talk about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got rid of my cable. I got rid of my TV stuff.
I did, and then I got Hulu.
I think I'm gonna get it back though.
Yeah, it's nice to have for sports.
Yeah,
I'm one of the fights this weekend.
We got to get our thing going. Our new comedy fight network.
Yeah,
the comedy fight network.
I would love to see one other matchup. I think on there
on the bill.
Yeah,
we have Eliza versus Craig Fitzsimmons.
Yeah,
I guess they have to agree to this too. We have some hurdles to overcome.
Yeah, but they would probably do it.
I don't think Craig's right for Eliza. I think there's someone like they have a beef. There's someone she doesn't like would be nice.
Okay.
So anyone?
Yeah.
Yes. So anyone. Yeah. Great.
We got into a mask thing a couple of weeks ago. It was just.
Oh really?
I was like, she's like, it was just ridiculous.
She does comedy correctly. Do you know what I mean by that? She's got it down, like the bells and whistles of how to do it and get a reaction. She really is a very good technical comedic performer. She knows the list. You know the lists at the end for a standing ovation?
No, I don't ever look at that.
Oh yeah, you get like if you want a standing ovation,
I just
at the end
get
of your
them.
show, you just get them.
Yeah.
Well, if they ever wane, which they won't.
I shouldn't. That's not right to say. But I mean, I put in the work. I think I just get them. There's definitely ways. You know who used to tell me? George Wallace. What is the list? Do you know what it is?
No, it's just like it's a list joke where it's like it can be any joke. But he goes, I went to Starbucks. I'll have the mocha cappuccino, frappuccino. What's about you? The long list, and then they give you a nice applause.
I do notice that she does.
She does very good technical stuff like that. She knows what she's doing.
She has some new like it's like not anti-Christian, but she's like, you're Anglos. Yeah, she right, and then it's
She'll
like a list thing. Yeah. So then it's like people are clapping.
She could write a book on. I don't think we could write a book on comedy. I think she could write a book on comedy to make people. I think she has like she's thought it out, dissected it.
I don't know.
Are you writing a comedy book? Sorry.
No, I'm not. I just don't know about that. Yeah, what else can we talk about, dude? I'm trying to think of something really interesting.
How about a humiliating story? I always like that.
Till. All right, we'll tell
people
one
like
in
to
a
hear humiliating stories. I find because then they feel better about their life.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
I got plenty.
That. Here's a guy. This is Darren Till.
Yo. Hopefully the interview's going pretty good. If not, you guys can answer this question.
Another beard.
What do you guys like to do outside of comedy? In your free time, what do you guys like to do for fun? Love to hear it. Hope you guys are doing awesome.
All right.
Rock and roll, baby.
I like this guy. I can hang out with this guy. He's high as fuck. One eye is very high.
I think he has a shallow gape on that eye. I don't think he's fully eyed out.
It's very red. He's got great teeth. A guy who flosses, is a good.
Oh yeah.
He's in a tub. He's got a good fan going.
His family's deceased in the next room, but he's doing well. Yeah.
He just murdered his entire family. He's taking a bath. This is his second bath. The first bath got the blood off. Now this is his relaxed bath to think about the murders.
Yeah, he just
And
might
he sent
put on
us a
some Rufus
video.
the Soul in a few minutes, but he can't decide if it's too up tempo for the time. He did just buy some fans from Home Depot
Target or
that
Home
are
Depot,
playing in the other that are blowing in the other room.
He
And
bought
keeping
He said, "Do you have any loud fans I could buy?" And I said, "Right here, sir."
and they're helping after the blood cleanup.
Nice marble backdrop. He's doing well.
He's just doing well.
What was his question?
Unless he bought a piece of marble
what do we
and put
do
it behind the tub just for this.
like the rest of the room is just a cracked end, but the corner's nice. What do I do in my spare time?
Yeah, what do you do?
I write music. People don't know that. I
Really?
write classical music. Yeah.
You do not. I'm getting a piano right now.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Do you? I might get a Young Chang. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah. Wait, is that what I have?
I'm looking at Young Chang.
I rented mine. I've rented mine. I think it might be a Young Chang. Wow. I wish I had a picture of it.
Yamaha,
It's an
Young
upright.
Chang, Pearl River. What are some other ones I'm looking at?
I think mine's a Young Chang. That's cool. Do you play piano? I mean,
I used to play.
Yeah.
Not well, but I used to play.
Yeah.
I like Young Chang, man.
Yeah, that's my big hobby. I do.
That's you right there?
That's me, yeah.
Wait, there's more? And that's you playing classical music?
No, my classical music isn't on. I never
That's
put
your
it
album.
out. I just I give my mom a song. I'd have money for a gift, so I wrote her things like that.
Oh, that's
but
sweet.
I think I might put an album out, but I don't think who'd want to hear that
Of classical music?
Yeah, I don't think there's a big audience for that.
I don't think there would be a huge audience, but big fans of yours would like to. I would have it. I think especially even if it's not even that great.
Just light piano songs in the background when you're doing dishes or something.
I would love that.
That guy in the tub would actually be nice if my songs were playing, my little piano songs, relaxing tub. Maybe I'll do relaxing tub music. I'll be in a tub in the album cover. I miss album covers, but
me too. Relaxing tub music is good.
Yeah.
Kyle Dunnigan's relaxing.
What do you
tub
do
music.
for your free time? What is your spare time?
I don't know, man. Probably worry about stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's my number one hobby, actually. Never mind.
And I don't even realize it sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll catch myself doing it.
Mm-hmm. What do you worry? You seem not worried about
Really?
anything. Yeah.
I'm getting less worried.
Me
But
too.
what
That's
else?
a good thing about age is you do get less worried, which is cool.
I just don't have the energy for it. But I like to go do yoga. I like to do a little bit of fitness.
God, you don't seem worried.
Really?
If you were to ask me who's the one person who's least worried that I know, I would have said you.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. That's good to hear, man. I feel like I'm slowly getting less worried. It's
like things come to you. You're doing great. You tweet the N-word. It seems like a guy who doesn't really care.
True. I will say this. I do start to feel a little bit more like just willing to say what I want to say recently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of tired of being hammered up. Like I'm doing like a Netflix special in a couple weeks. That's one of the things that's kept me like scared. I think a lot of times of trying to just say whatever I want.
Yeah.
and trying to write this animated thing for Netflix. I just worry that these corporations are going to have control
You don't
over
need
what
them
you
though. I
can
mean,
do.
you're off the grid. I think you'll be okay financially, even if you don't have any Netflix things.
Yeah, that's true. You kind of want it though. But Netflix, I feel you kind of want that exposure sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if you need it that much anymore.
Yeah, I don't have it at all. They are not interested. They have not called me.
Well, look, in a year they'll call and you won't even want them, dude.
That would be the greatest thing.
My first Netflix special did nothing for me, man.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Like, I remember I've told this story, but I went to Chattanooga to this show. There was this thick girl, and I ended up probably hooking up with her. I don't remember, dude, but thank God she was there.
You don't
There's
remember?
somebody to console me. I probably did.
You think maybe you did, but you're not sure.
I mean, I probably could.
Who knows?
Who knows what happened? I did. But this is what happened.
I one
dude.
time, and I don't jump into the story, but I one time hooked up with this girl. And I was so drunk, I knew she was big in my head.
Yeah.
But I sobered up the moment I looked in the mirror. We're in a bathroom, and I looked and I saw my hands were on her pockets, and I saw how far apart my hands were.
Wow.
They were like 3 feet apart.
Kind of sexy.
Yeah, it was nice. Anyway, go ahead.
God, it's kind of
so you're in this.
You know what the thing is about kind of thicker women? Sometimes it scares me. I think it's like I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Okay.
It's not like their body type I don't like.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
a
Yeah.
fear of inability.
I also feel like, are they attracted to me? I'm so tiny.
Right. Yeah, I'm just a little giblet to them.
Yeah.
Like they must be like, oh, how am I
nugget.
going to hold on to this? How do I hug a pencil? You know?
Yeah, you would feel them kind of wrestle you around, and they've got control.
Yeah.
That can't be sexy for them.
Yeah, like, hey, why don't you adjust my C-spine while we're in this
Got me a grip.
embrace?
So what happened with this girl?
I don't remember what happened. What were we talking about?
Big girl, Chattanooga.
Oh yeah, so I went to the show. I had a Netflix special came out. This is my first weekend.
okay.
I get there, nobody.
No way. And the
20
special
tickets.
just came out?
Yeah, like 20 tickets.
Wait, did you have time? What about the show after that? I mean, did you have time for them to...
It did nothing.
It did nothing.
It was heartbreaking.
Damn.
It was
Yeah, I kind of
heartbreaking,
want to
man.
do one just so I could say I had one, because I feel like that's some kind of, like doing Letterman or something meant something. Now it's like doing... But yeah, ultimately it'd be great not to need someone else.
Mark Norman's blew up on YouTube. His special.
Yeah, he did a smart thing. He just put it on YouTube, and it really helped him
It's a
out.
move, yeah. I do think that's the move. I think after this, I mean, if this one goes through and we get it out there, but I always worry about like, man, if I do one thing, is it going to cost me my special? You know,
Even with Mark's millions of views now, he's only doing the half hour. Not only it's
Right.
still a good accomplishment, but he's on like the comics thing where they give like 10 people a half hour. That just announced he has a half hour on Netflix coming.
Oh,
up.
okay. He probably got that maybe before.
Oh, maybe.
I don't
yeah.
know how long it takes for them to process. You know, once
That's a
they
good question.
Because after this, I think you'd get a full one after.
But how was your sales? Are
Problem with
tickets getting better?
Yeah, I canceled my last tour because of COVID, but the sales were pretty good. But I don't do huge theaters. I do like small, like 300-seater.
That's great though. I mean, in some markets you go to club. I would go to clubs anyway. It's like it's still it's awesome.
I have trouble though also satisfying that thing. Like some people will yell at Caitlin or something,
Right.
whatever. I'll come out as Craig sometimes, and it's just like I'm jumping around, and I want them to enjoy the whole show, and it's like, it's just a tough thing.
But they enjoy you. I think that's one thing that I don't even recognize at this point. Like, I didn't really realize it till I sat in the audience. I watched Brendan Shaw perform one night, right?
Yeah.
And I watched him. I sat there. He was performing in Nashville, so I went and I sat in the crowd. And people that are fans, they just want to be there with you. Like for me, I'm always so high in my head about the material. Am I good? It's going to be okay for them. But they just want to be in the room with you. It's almost like they're saying. It almost felt like because this is the vibe I got from the fans around me who are watching him. That they were just happy. They just want to be in the room and having a good time with you.
Here's where you're wrong.
Okay.
You're right about you and Brendan. For me, I don't really exist to most of the people who follow me and watch my stuff. It's like Caitlin or Biden or Craig. It's like someone else. Like I'm actually just starting to put myself. I'm going to start putting more videos of myself out because I think that is the way to make more people happy, is to have myself involved as like a real person, because they're like, I'm living and dying off. Is this funny? Is this thing funny?
Right.
And I've always done that with a stand-up. I always felt like I was living and dying. It's like you're a personality that people really enjoy, and I don't really have myself out there as a personality. I have like my comedy bits, my impressions or whatever. So it's not a hang for them to be with me. I don't think.
I don't know. I think you're creative and so unique enough that for me, it would be like, I want to just know more about who this person is. And so I think it's almost novel in the way that that's where they can get to know more. Like, who's behind this thing that I love?
It's so powerful, though. Like, also, Tom Segura's like that, too, where it's like, you guys are their friend. And then they want to come and, like, have a party with you guys. It's very powerful and great. And I'm jealous of that. I'd like to get some of that.
Did you ever do a pod or no?
I did years ago, but I also was kind of like sidekicky. I wasn't the driver of it.
Yeah.
I would just kind of jump in with stuff. But that did actually help my sense. To people to this day, I would say 10% of the people come to my shows are from that podcast. So it is more powerful to do a podcast in terms of getting people to your shows. And
it's interesting. And I find that more people that come up to me and say, hey, a lot of times they're people that I would like to know anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's like you kind of relate to people that you would probably get along with.
Yeah. It's
like you don't really get fans. You almost get like, if you had unlimited amount of time, people you would be friends with.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of interesting.
And you get to talk the whole time, which is great. In the relationship.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's it's a little bit hectic too. What news we got? We got any news, Nick?
Yeah, let's see. The Tyson Fury fight was postponed because he tested positive for COVID, and so did this camp.
Oh, damn. Oh, one last thing about what we were just talking about, which I'm jealous of, is creating content. Like, we've talked for an hour and a half or something. Like, we can chat and have fun and just talk, and there's content that goes out, and you can monetize it. What I make, like, to make a minute of what I make, like, I can't crank this. I'm going to try, but cranking like 7 minutes out a week is, there's a whole TV shows trying to do that.
Yeah.
All the staff and everything, and it's really hard. So doing a podcast, I think I need to do a podcast, and so I can, because I think things need to come out every week. That's been slowing me down, as I will take a month break and.
Well, you can't burn yourself out also. It's a lot of work that you do, especially if you're doing the editing too.
This Biden thing, no joke, took me about 300 hours. It took me 6 weeks to do 20 minutes of this thing.
It's so good. You're making like I wonder, but the good thing is it sounds like if you got some ad revenue starts to come in, maybe you can hire somebody. You think you could hire somebody to do the edit, or is it that close to you?
It's funny. I've had a couple people edit, but it's like, with comedy, timing is a lot. It has to have really good timing, because then I have to go back and to adjust little things. But I need to loosen the reins a little bit and let someone else. I'm just used to doing everything.
About it. So when I was on IG clips and different things, I'll be like, oh, what about, because you know the timing, you know what it is.
You want it to be what you imagine. And then, like, I'm doing the lighting, and there's no director, so then I'll do I'll shoot for like a half hour, and then realize like my ear was out of the hat wrong. I have to go redo it. Like, there's no one, on a set, there's so many people, you're like,
telling you,
why is all these people here? They all need to be there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've discovered that.
It is pretty fascinating. You do realize like you're doing it at a lower budget thing, or at like a lower level, that you realize what everybody's for.
The amount of time I have to like deal with wigs. It's like disturbing.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is kind of beautiful. Here we go. What we got here?
That's just him talking about Corn Pop.
Oh yeah,
it's Corn Pop. He's a bad dude. Come on, man.
I learned that it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and there weren't allowed to. There was a 3-meter board. And you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off.
He didn't say that.
Well, he came off. And he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, I'll be waiting for you. He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse. the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He pulled up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head.
Oh, my God.
I said, you kidding me? He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, those days, you used to remember the street race.
I know.
Get them rusty, put them in the rain
Boring,
barrel,
though.
get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart
They just look
then.
forced to
I said,
stand
first
there.
of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams. I apologize for that.
Who's
I
Esther
apologize.
It's
but
just
I didn't
corn
know that
pop.
apology is going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that, not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said. He said, okay, close the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
Got some laughs.
Long story, though.
She was a
corn
female
pop.
swimmer in like the 50s.
That's our president.
And that's when he's doing well.
Not this one, man. Yeah. He was a bad dude, man.
He was a bad dude, man. Corn
pop.
Hey, corn pop.
I got a chain wrapped it around my face.
Yeah.
Not my face. Corn pop.
Not my face, my thumb. Where am I?
You can just feel you can feel his whole team was probably just like their buttholes just clenching as that story went on.
How long is it gonna? I mean, he's deteriorating.
I don't think he's gonna do a second term.
Second term? I don't see how he
Next
can
year.
do another year. I don't really like. I grew up with a senior citizen father. It goes pretty quick. I feel like it's going right.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like
it's not a joke, is it?
I mean, I remember when Reagan towards the end they hit it. Like we won't be told about it. Someone was talking about, he was in the plane. He's like, they look like little ants down there. He was having to deal with some major issue with Iran or something.
Oh, wow.
And he just was talking about ants. Nancy Reagan, this was like right after he was just got out of office. He came home and he would go to a different office just to be in an office. He'd come home. He came home, his hand was all wet. And she's like, what's in your hand? And he opened up, it was from the fish tank. It was a White House, a mini White House for the fish to swim around next to. Uh-huh. And he said, this has something to do with me.
It was a fish?
No, it was the White House in his hand.
Oh, a little one?
A little White House from like the fish tank. And this
he
was like
took it out of the bottom.
He took it out of the fish tank. It was like, this has something to do with it. He was like just out of office.
Oh, wow.
Scary. Anyway.
Almost like
everything's fine.
Yeah, like Deadliest Catch kind of.
Exactly like that.
Wow. What'd that guy want to know? That was Joe Biden. Sorry, I didn't know what's going on.
What was his question, though?
I thought that was a question.
We actually didn't play a question. But
Another
let's get through
beard.
one more. I know.
Super. Are your fans mostly bearded?
You know what I did notice? The most blue-eyed fans I'd ever seen were in Ohio.
Interesting. You have a little facial hair. I wonder if they're copying it. They're like part of your team. It's like the sign.
No, I cannot do that.
Team.
I actually have a choke.
That's an
on my neck
amazingly thick beard he has.
This man has beautiful hair. I would fucking put that on the top.
I worry about the top because of the do-rag. I worry that there's...
No, I think this guy has a lot. He's got that Joey Fatone gene.
Fatone vibes.
What's that, boy? I got a question for Mr. Kyle Dunnigan. Kyle, I was curious. What's with the voice? Is that just a natural born talent that you can match your voice to all them people's voices when you're doing impersonations? Or is that something that you learn you can change your voice, like you have the voice of a chameleon? Something like that. Anyway.
There you go,
Theo,
baby.
gang, me and my brother Tilton come to see
Gang.
you here in old Richmond.
Oh, little Tilton coming on. Beautiful.
Y'all have a good time.
Bring his little ass out, gang, daddy. Thank you. Yeah, do you think you created the voices because did you do it when you were little? What did you do?
Yeah, I would do like my teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Would you do it at recess and stuff?
Yeah, I remember I did a talent show. I did some of the voices of the teachers.
Did?
One time I'm in high school, they did a talent show, and someone was like, my friend was like, you should do stand-up. There's another example of someone just telling me what to do, and I just did it. I look back, and I had no, and I still struggle. I had no impetus to be like, I want to do this. I was just told you should do stand-up.
And you did
20 minutes before the show started.
Wow.
You know that you can't do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just did like impressions of the teacher, but I got suspended and dragged off the stage. It was my first stand-up show because I did do like some stand-up about, it wasn't even that dirty, but the guy before me got suspended, so there was suspend happy. I said like something about a cock. I was talking about like, you know, kids talk about, and then the
cock, you said?
Yeah, cock, or something about dicks.
That's cool.
And the host, this girl my age, came up. She whispered in the middle of the show. She goes, "You can't say that, Miss. Oh, that's going to suspend you." It stopped the whole show dead. And then I was like, I'm not allowed to say penis anymore. And I started saying other things. And then they eventually dragged me off. Anyway, what was my point? Yeah, I did. I think part of it's like I have a long neck. I can move my vocal cords really far and stretch them. Is I think part of it. I think the other part is like musically. I think if you have a good ear with like tones, you can kind of match people like that.
Yeah.
And
I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense, man. If you can do the piano, and then you can play yourself.
I was also a very disappearing kind of child. Like Craig, that character. I've been doing that since I was probably 7 years old. I have pictures of me doing that because it was when my mother would listen to these other characters. This is we're having a deep podcast, but like she would listen. She wouldn't listen to me, but when I was someone else, she would listen. So I ended up, I think that pushed me. We talk about free will. I think that also pushed me a little bit into.
Oh, I could totally see that. Like finding some way to be heard.
And to not be yourself, to be something. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got attention from like kids.
Yeah, you have to
Michael
be heard.
Jackson, that was a big one. When I was younger, I loved this girl who loved Michael Jackson. She had Michael Jackson written on her shoes, and I would do Michael Jackson for her. It was my way to talk to her.
Really?
That's I just realized that was probably huge for me to like doing impressions.
You would just go up to her and do it?
Or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
you know. One day I saw she scraped Michael Jackson off her shoe, and I was devastated. Like I felt like it was me she was scraping away. We'll be right back.
Dude, I remember the first time I ever touched a boob, went to the movies, right? And this girl was jacked. My first girlfriend was fucking
muscular,
like second base on the baseball team, I think.
Oh,
She
really?
was jacked.
And that makes the boobs look smaller when she's got big shoulders,
It
right?
was a tight boob, dude. It could have been a guy. More I think about it, dude. It could have been a guy named Susanna. She's beautiful. Grew up to be a beautiful lady, but at the time she just had these hard fucking ripping tits.
And that was your first experience with boobs?
Yeah.
Do you like them like that because it was your first? Sometimes
I
that
don't
links
really
up.
care now. I remember one time I met this lady in North Carolina, and she had breasts where they were like malleable, like you could shape them into like a.
And they would
like a
stay
poop
there?
Diaper. Yeah, and they would stay.
No way. There's something wrong with that.
Bro, it blew my mind. And it was so scary being at her place because I felt like I was on drugs. I think I'd probably been drinking or maybe had a little bit of weed.
That might have been
in
a
me.
breast implant that was bad.
It could have been a bad one. Yeah.
That's definitely what it was, I think.
Yeah.
That's
it
not
could have
natural.
been, some heavy Play-Doh in there or something.
Mhm.
But it was, I remember you could shape it and it would stay that way.
Yeah, you can go to Mexico and get some weird stuff put in. It's
You can
cheaper.
get those lava lamp tits where they kind of move up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Like glow.
But anyway, what was that question? There wasn't one. I remember
voices.
going to the movie.
Yeah.
And feeling into her bra and just fucking blew
You just leaned over and slid it in?
We're making out at the movies, man.
Oh, I just got a flash of something. Yeah.
We're making out at the
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And she had a button up. She wore a lot of button ups. Okay. Kind of
Yeah.
unique for a young woman, but a lot of button ups.
Professional.
Yeah. She was a pro. Yeah. She was a pro.
So you leaned, did you unbutton or did you slide in
Had to
between?
unbutton.
And she let you. And then
I
you
tried to go up the bottom, but the button,
She's wearing pants.
The texture cut the tautness from where the buttons in the shirt cut my ability to reach up. So then I had to go in through the.
They must be like, look at this guy's trying to sneak in.
Oh.
They have so much time to just judge us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were making out hot and heavy, dude.
Yeah.
God, we were fucking.
This is your
heavy.
first boob.
Oh.
And you reached
And it was
in.
strong. Well, actually, the first breast I ever touched, but it was more child. We were more real children. This girl, they had an electric fence. Girl, let me feel her tit through it.
Do the electric fence?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you might be into kinky shit. That's your first experience.
It was scary, man. It was hard and it was risky, and I think it always made me really nervous after that because it was like you had to
that's
really-
linked up with sexuality and risk.
Because you could barely, like, I had to, like, barely kind of get my fingers over the
And she had
nipple
her
like
boob
that.
out, or just was over shirt?
She had, like, a little sundress kind of on. We were
So it was
like 9.
over.
Yeah.
Oh, 9. Okay, that's a little young.
So it wasn't a tit yet. I mean, it was a, you know, it still
You still
counted.
liked it. Yeah. I remember seeing down a girl's shirt when I was like 7. She was like 6, and I thought it was hot somehow at that age. I don't know how. I was seeing something I wasn't supposed to.
Oh yeah.
But there was nothing there. We used to watch the movies like with friends. I had like pretty hot friends in high school. This girl Leslie Gerard.
Ooh,
Put my arm
hot.
around her.
Yeah.
I wasn't dating her. I never had a guts to like make a move or anything.
You just put
but
your arm around her?
I'm arm around watching a movie, and I remember like pushing down on her top boob here, and that was so hot to me. Can you imagine that being like, because it was still boob.
Yeah.
Even though it was like,
It's like still
far
part of the
away from the
muscle.
nipple, but it was like, it was mushy.
Still counts.
Oh man, it's so,
God, it's
so
making me
disturbing to be a
hot.
guy. Yeah.
I know. Somebody needs to answer that clown phone. I think this thing is ringing off.
It's available.
Yeah.
I wish I still had that.
Man. Well,
we learned a lot today.
Whatever you do, Kyle, you just have to keep going, man. We just need you in the world.
Thank you too.
It's so entertaining to watch, bro.
I love it. I really do feel like I'm doing what I like to do, which is
That's
great.
awesome.
Only thing is I'm exhausted, but I'm happy. That's fine. I don't have a social life at all. Like,
You
I
don't?
really don't. I mean, I had a girl come this past weekend.
Like she stayed for the weekend?
Disaster.
Where'd she come
Disaster.
from? What state?
England.
What? She
lives
over from
here,
England?
but she came back early. She was working in England. Like her thing got postponed because of COVID, but she flew in. It was really, it was.
What was it, a disaster?
It was so much drama, dude. I was really like my best self.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't even me. I was like this prince who hold door opens, get you what you want. Yeah. And I told her before she came, I was like, I have to work. I have this thing I'm making. I don't want you to feel ignored. I learned that. Like, because girls would be like, you didn't tell me. Right. I was like, don't come if you're going to feel ignored. I've got to work. And she's like, oh, I've got plenty to do. So the first 2 days I took off, which I couldn't even afford, but I really did like her and it was going well. And then the third day, right when I started working, it was like, I mean, she was crying on the couch. She was like, she was in the dark at one point, just like sitting in the dark. And I'm
Is she
like,
Japanese?
No. I see why you asked that, but no.
Yeah.
But I would like be rushing to work because I just did till 4 a.m. She knew I was getting like an hour's sleep, and still she couldn't. Some people can't not have attention. It really is disturbing. And I do like the free will thing. I don't think she could help it. It was just very uncomfortable for her, for me to work.
We're such creatures of discomfort. It's a lot of life is balancing your discomfort, really.
Yeah.
Or hiding it.
Yeah, you're going pleasure, pain. You're going like how much pleasure is going to be to how much pain, and then you make your subconscious makes a decision. That's going back to free will, and then you think you thought it and you didn't.
See, that's the part I don't know, because I think there's some free willies out there, man.
It feels like it.
But no, that's just the trick. That's the trick. Nikki Glazer was in here talking about that. And
oh yeah, she loves Sam Harris.
Yeah, she loves it, and so I'll investigate and see if I can get some feedback for you.
I would like to hear your thoughts on it, because I also don't want to. I don't want to believe it.
I don't want to
I'm
believe it.
Disturbed by it.
Yeah,
I had to put the book down. Like, yeah, they did like scientific experiments where they know which arm which hand they're going to raise before the person knows it.
And what is that for? Pledge of Allegiance?
No, it's just an experiment.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I would always, I usually get the wrong one and then I do the right one.
Yeah, and then they also found people make up why they decided it. And the experimenters know. It's pretty freaky. Freaky stuff going on, guys.
And it's a
You
book?
are a robot. You can audiobook, you can, download it. It's not long.
Why do you put that? I don't know. There's some things, it's like, why do we allow them to exist? It's like
it's no fun. You're right. It's no fun.
Right.
And
It
having
takes
no
away the
heaven is
humanity.
I hate not having a heaven. Although I'll tell you one thing, not having a heaven, it does make you wake up here. Like, if this is it, it's almost a crime to not realize this is it.
I got to get busy. Yeah.
It
Have you
wakes
done
you up.
DMT? Have you tried DMT yet?
No, I'm scared. I want them. Too scared.
If you try it, then you see what happens when you die. So
I'm terrified.
You'll be fine. You might not.
I feel like I'm mentally not.
You might not.
Ready.
Yeah, you might want to stay where you are. You're doing good where you are. You might. We need you in this realm.
Okay.
Kyle Dunnigan, ladies and gentlemen, you can check out Craig's News Live. You can check out The Fresh Prince of DC.
YouTube's the
Anything
place
that he
to go.
has.
I'm done with Instagram. There's no money. And you can find Theo here and a bunch of other places.
You can
On
find me
tour,
here.
His
Maybe
website.
We'll do some other podcasting, man.
I would
It's
love
been
to
a fun
do
chat.
more. Yeah, this has been a great chat. And also, I think our fight idea is not something that should die here. It should be something we talk about.
Yeah, maybe in the comments you guys could put other bouts that might be good. Who would you like to see? I would love to see Bobby Lee. He just doesn't have the physical acumen anymore.
He wouldn't do it.
And his body's fading fast. I remember.
We can't have someone drop dead. That's be the worst thing.
Yeah.
They don't have to be comedians. Maybe we could just start like our own fight club. That's like funnier, or it's more like because these things are no fun. You know,
Did you
like,
see Lamar Odom and what's his name fight? That kid, Nick Carter, Aaron Carter.
We could probably just contact these people and be like, "Here's $100,000. You know, these fans want to see it."
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money for like someone like who was on Saved by the Bell or something and wants some money, like Elizabeth.
That guy died. Dustin Diamond.
But Elizabeth's still alive.
But yeah, they just said Aaron
Elizabeth,
Carter and Lamar Odom I mean, this was insane, bro.
Wait, who? Aaron Carter's nuts. Wait a minute. The reach is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 6 feet. He's not that short, but Jesus.
That guy's an 11-inch reach advantage.
I worry about Lamar's heart, to be honest. When did this happen? How did I miss this? Chuck
No one
Liddell.
knew.
Lamar does have coke.
What?
It was like 2 weeks ago. No one knew.
It's an
No
amazing.
one knew somehow.
How many views does this have? All right, let's see this. Look at this little twerp. He's 6 feet. Oh my God, he's throwing bombs. Oh, just one little flick. That did nothing to Lamar, though, huh?
I don't know. Lamar is that fucking coke heart, dude.
Ooh.
I bet it did.
Now he's
Now
done.
it started getting real.
Now it's over.
And this is a hate crime, man.
He's 6 feet tall. That's a hate crime.
He's 7 feet. Who's 6 feet, Aaron?
That's what it says.
Aaron
He looks like
he is 6 feet.
He looks 5 feet tall there.
Now he's just on the run.
Oh my God, he's got an answer to that.
Look at
What did
Chuck
Lamar?
Liddell
He's got
in
the
there.
low pants even on the fight. So he's got the
Who's hotter, you think, out of these two guys? No homo.
Lamar or Aaron
Carter. That's tough, huh?
It depends what they're doing to me. Am I doing something to them or am I receiving?
No. Both of you guys, you're not even around them. It's just, yeah, this isn't a date, dude. It's just like you see them somewhere, or just they're both they're swimming.
I mean, you're talking about their headgear is blocking their face, but I would body wise.
No, just I'm not talking about them overall.
Who's hotter
out of these two men?
Who's hotter?
And I don't care who is.
Wait a minute, is there more fighting? I hope. Is that it? That was it?
They ended it early, I thought.
Lamar's hotter.
I mean,
There you
he destroyed him.
There you go, Nick.
But we could have something like that. Yeah. We host it?
Would I host it?
We host
If
it.
you and I got to
me
host
and
the
me and you
fight.
host the fight. They wear big headgear like that. It's still funny. Then they won't get hurt. And it's still funny to see.
Who would we get to fight?
We could have the fans. We could just ask what they want to say because there's a lot of people that like be celebrities that you don't see anymore. But you know, someone who's on Full House or something that they need money right now.
Yeah.
We give them money. They go in the ring. We get 90%. Just kidding. And then
Kimmy Gibbler versus like Elton John's son.
yes,
Or Magic Johnson's son.
I think the audience will come up with really creative people.
Send in videos to TPW with your suggestions.
Yeah, because if they come up with, because we could call this person up or DM them, and be like, "Look, you want $100,000?"
Right, but how do we make the money so we can pay them?
We do a live show. We rent out a little area for the ring. We rent a ring.
It'd be easy to do.
It'd be easy.
But say then, how do people buy it? They buy it on pay-per-view. So we advertise.
We could do one of those live shows things like they do.
We advertise. Okay, so let's say for example, we sell 10,000 tickets, right? To the live boxing.
50,000, yeah.
Okay. If you think we could
Our
sell
two
50,000.
audiences.
Okay, say we sell 25,000 tickets. I just want to be safe.
Yeah, okay, $10 a pop.
Okay, I think you can probably
You probably
get
get
$12
more.
a pop.
You can get probably 15 people fighting. They're famed, they're beloved characters from TV.
You're gonna make $300,000 then.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to pay $100,000 to the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 50 each for the two fighters. You can make 200. You're gonna owe probably 10% to the.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna probably have 10% in charges in like venue and insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're down to 120.
And then we got to pay 12 musical acts.
That's true. We're going to have to get a musical act to perform, too.
I can get one so cheap that's amazing.
But also, now look at this. We need more fights. That's only one fight.
We need 3 fights. Yeah. Well, the undercards are going to get, it's just going to be for fun. They're going to get couple of grand.
And maybe they get 30 grand each.
I don't think you even need to pay them that. I really don't.
Damn, dude, they're already
Look, it's fun. They'll have a headgear on. It's fun. I would do it. Dude, if anyone cared, I'd jump in the ring.
On local fights, the undercard fighters usually they get like a $200, but then they get like.
What about down and
$5.
outs? Someone who's like needs fucking money.
Who are you talking about? Somebody in a coma?
No, someone who's just like their wife took all their shit. Some story we build. This guy needs $5 grand.
Yeah.
And then we show the clip of him like, fuck my wife, that fucking bitch.
That bitch.
And then maybe it's the guy who cheated on his wife with him. We develop a nice little story.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm Randall.
I fucked his wife. I don't care. I'll beat him his ass too.
Yeah, I've been fucking her and I've been hitting her.
I could edit that
like,
package.
What? Yeah. Dude, that's now you're talking. We build up some real story.
We could put those videos on our whatever's little clips.
Get him excited.
Those will get,
Yeah. I hammered his wife and now I'm
going
to
look
hammer
into
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colin Theo's boxing, down and out.
Down and out boxing, blowout. And then there's a prize. I don't know. There's some nudity.
Yeah.
There's nude card girls.
And men.
And men. There's nude men and women card girls and boys. They just come out with their dicks out. We get
children.
No.
We do it in an international area. We do it on Epstein's Island, and it's nude children.
This is why we workshop now.
Yeah. We got more to talk about, but it's something like that.
Okay, we're on to a good idea, guys. You can find Kyle Dunnigan. We'll put his links to his YouTube channel. Actually, we'll put it as the first link. The first link to this video is to Kyle's YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe to it so you can see him.
Yeah, please let's get that algorithm. Let's get the algorithm up.
Yeah. You want to see us? Oh, you want to have sex again? All right. I can't do it.
Dude, it's been fun being here. Good chatting with you.
Yeah, man. We were done. We just finished.
Okay.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little time for me to set that parking brake and let myself unwind. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it just for you. And now I've been moving way too fast on the runaway train with a heavy load of my past. And these rails that I've been riding on, they're worn so thin that they're damn near gone. I guess now